stop thinking. Then I got washed up in a lost city. It's not pretty, but I got a good feeling that I'm gonna finally unpack all my baggage. Even if I'm in a sleepwalk dreaming, I don't wanna know what's in the water, but it's gotta be toxic and everybody's drinking. On the brink of a mental collapse, afflicted with dissonant madness. Wrapped up in tentacles, trapped in a prison, or is it a passage? Cause whenever I'm closing my eyes, I'm letting her open my mind to look into the void. I don't have a choice, so I hold my breath cause I'm going inside. Voice in my head, I'm hoping you're mine. The one who just said that the ocean will rise. I know that in time I'll float with the tide and get up close with those older divines. Down in the depths, reality's a facade. What we call death is just a sleep of the touch.
Nothing else between us but the sea. I know you need so proudly. I'll bring you down to the deep. Show you the wonders underneath. When you're sleeping, you can keep no secret from me. Cause I've been dreaming of you.
There once was a ship that put to sea, and the name of the ship was the Belly or Tea. The winds blew hard, I bowed it down. Blow, my bully boys, blow. Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. She had not been 2 weeks from shore when down on her a right whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take that whale in tow. Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Before the boat had hit the water, the whale's tail came up and caught her. All hands to the side, harpooned and fought her when she dived down low. Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. No line was cut, no whale was freed, and the captain's mind was not on greed. But he belonged to the whaleman's creed, she took that ship in tow. Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. For 40 days or even more, the line went slack, then tight once more. Our boats were lost, there were only 4, and still that whale did go. Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. As far as I've heard, the fight's still on. The line's not cut and the whale's not gone. The Wellerman makes his regular call to encourage the captain, crew and all. Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go.
Mind if we make a little side trip? I didn't think so.
That was a disaster.
It was.
Unfortunate, but
So,
Yar!
Yarr!
I spent hours trying to get this whole thing made just to get a still image with some music playing over it, and it took an hour just to download that, export that from the files to the files, and then I try to put it onto the StreamYards, and it's saying it's too big, and it's like, why is it too big? Oh, but you can share the file on your thing that doesn't look nearly as good as just a blank image, and then apparently the audio on that is skipping. I don't know. I can't hear anything.
Oh crap! It I couldn't think of a better word than skipping, but it was starting and stopping for me. Like
Yeah, it was, and then I guess you cut it off and like,
Yeah, no,
okay.
skipping is the right word.
yeah,
It's okay,
Ugh.
buddy. You tried.
yeah.
Yeah, no worries.
That does not bode as a good omen for what's to come. All
No,
right.
it doesn't.
But we are here for the fun of it. So welcome to the Pirate Crows. I am your host and dungeon master, Dr. Crow. And joining me today are my wonderful friends who are putting up with my boomer attempts of handling technology. The captain of the Olympia, Jason Lowe, played by Nick Brown, the man of renown.
Arrgg.
The gentleman orc and her doctor, Killian Garnook, played by the Amish man.
Gentlemen.
Her faithful navigator, Elias Crane, played by Hex Harper.
Ahoy, ahoy.
The fiery siren of the sea, Arda Arwell, played by Neph Champion.
Arr!
And the quartermaster extraordinaire, Avren, played by Blue Teddy Narrations.
Evening.
So when we last left off, our players have set everything up to ruin this wedding at the Shallowport to get at one of Elias Crane's targets, a man named Gemini Solomon.
Solomon Gemini, yes.
Solomon Gemini, that guy. They snuck aboard the party ship in a variety of different disguises. Jason Lowe as himself, with Elias posing as his manservant. Killen and Avren below decks as entertainment, and Arda on the fireworks ship.
Because we really didn't have a better plan or a fully thought out one for.
Oh no, that plan worked just perfectly.
So while performing their multiple different political intrigues aboard the ship, Avren sneaking drugs into Gemini's room, and Elias talking to the bride-to-be herself, who agreed with Elias, believing the evidence he presented. But she was stuck in a position where she was not able to leave. So Catherine Soulstone had her maids talk to Avren to back up Elias' story. And that's when Jason Lowe put his marvelous plan into effect to ruin this wedding. He kidnapped her right in front of everyone.
And said that she was already married.
Happy with that because she's now got her princess.
Said she was already married to him. Proceeds to scoop her up. Elias blasting Gemini with electricity and Killen using his magic to hold them in place. Them and Avren escaped off the side with the help from a distraction from aboard Arda, who cast a fireball into the midst of the fireworks, setting them all off. And now they have made their escape with the help of the Assaulted Glade and the Vengeance Cometh. Now, we take up a couple of days later after that event as the crew is making their way to the Styes. The Celtic Glade has already peeled off and sailed off on its own.
And there was one thing we did need the skipper for.
Yes.
Yes.
You planned on giving him these two prisoners and having him go off somewhere else with them?
To Ashenport to talk to the one dude. I also give him like some of the ledgers as well as the Mountain's cigar box of Giant's Toe and a written note, just letter just saying, hey, this is what's going on. Like, just explaining everything. And thank you very much. Just please investigate this.
Yeah, make sure you give them copies of it. Have copies of yourself, or keep the originals.
Well, we still have a lot of books. So even if we gave him like some of the originals, it's something to work off of.
All right, and the skipper will take that. You can make sure that he reaches Ashenport safely. He takes aboard his two prisoners, And off he sails. Unless there's
like
something
something Ursa, that one pirate hunter that I arm wrestled. That's who I
Ursa.
wanted to go to.
Yep. All right. Is there anything else anybody wants from the skipper before he goes?
I can't think of anything Arda would want.
Take good care of yourself, Mr. Crackforge. I think that's your real name.
He kind of just gives you a look and goes,
Yeah.
"That's not go saying that around everywhere."
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. Curiosity
Well,
has taken a hold of me, and I'm just. You don't have to say anything if you don't want to, but what happened to you? You hinted at it before, but weren't willing to divulge then. I don't know if that's
Not
changed.
now either.
Not now? Okay.
I still got 2 more to go for me.
Who are they? In case we should happen upon them ourselves, and
I will find them on my own. But I doubt this is the last we've seen of each other.
as you wish.
Fair winds to you, Captain Lowe.
Fair winds to you.
Yeah. You stay safe, you crazy dwarf.
And he boards his ship, and they sail off. So as the crew proceeds to the Styes, moving through the water starts to become this murky green and brown color the closer you get to the island. A number of the crew members, they are immediately on edge. They have never been to the Styles, but they've heard the stories of how nasty and disgusting this place is.
I never wanted to come back here.
Remember, we approach with caution. The
Mhm.
warnings from the what was her name? The Sea Prince, the Martha Greyheart, the
Captain of the Salted
Yeah.
Glade.
Salted
Yeah.
Glade. Yep.
So as you progress and move forward through the sea, you begin to notice different debris floating into the water. Empty, busted open crates, empty barrels, trash, torn cloth, frayed bits of rope. And the island is just barely in sight now, so garbage just gets pulled out in the tide.
Ava, do you have a plan for retrieving your family?
Nothing in particular. Just get them and go to one of the places that we have set up, either that mining town or Port Low.
Oh yeah, one question. Did that one shopkeep end up getting on the ship, or is he just is he just left to his own devices? That one guy I sent a letter to thanking him for helping us with
on the ship.
So it's like if you don't think you can make it, just run to the Olympia.
As far as you know, he never got the letter.
Oh.
You sent the messenger, but he never responded or anything, so.
Oh. Well, I think he would I thought he would just either show up or not. So
No, he did not. He never showed up.
That was just a curiosity. Other than that, cool.
Though I suppose that does return to the matter of who's going to pretend to be my husband. I'd really rather not tell them the truth about the whole pirate thing. As far as they know, when I was living in the Styles, I was a baker. I'd like to keep the image above board if possible.
Have you told us in character about this, or was this all out of character? I can't remember.
I think she has mentioned it
She
once
has
or
mentioned
twice.
it? Okay.
I think you guys know that I wasn't actually a prostitute, and you know that I sent them money, and that's probably about it.
Okay.
At this point, I'm more willing to believe that you were a baker than anything else. Even though that might not exactly be true either.
You could say that, or you could say that your husband isn't here, but his brother has a boat and wanted to give you passage to pick them up. So you can still keep your husband a secret and have it be at least somewhat plausible.
Unless you would rather have a fake husband here for this voyage.
It might calm my mother's nerves slightly, but I wouldn't want to make anyone uncomfortable, so I can just say that I came to retrieve them alone.
I don't think you would, Avery, I don't think you would make anyone uncomfortable for them pretending to be your husband. I'll just say that now.
Thank you, Captain.
Somebody needs to share their screen for game.
Oh yeah. Also, Avery, a word when you get a chance.
I suppose now is as good a time as any. I take it you are asking for a private word?
Yes.
I'll follow you then.
I just go back to the cabin and just be like, when should we confront Sylviana? I know you told me to wait, and I have waited, but I don't know. I want to avoid the Snively end as much as possible.
That's good. Well, my advice for waiting was really to get us out of Shallowport safely, so now that we are, I suppose it's really up to your discretion. Though I would, since the letters seem to be going to, what was that other port's name? Saltmarsh. Since the letters were going to Saltmarsh, certainly we should do it before then, and I'd understand if, for your ease of mind, you wanted to do it sooner.
It wouldn't ease my mind to do it sooner.
Perhaps now, while we are out on the ocean in the middle of nowhere, is actually the best time. Nowhere for her to run, should she have a need to, and plenty of open ocean should we need to cover the outcome. Though I know that's not the outcome you're hoping for.
Well, I'm more worried about the crew's safety. I don't want to lose anyone to my own foolishness again like that. But yes, I also particularly don't want Sylviana to... I also don't know if it would be a good idea to confront, since we're so close to the island, if that would be a... I don't know if I can have that, whatever happens, good or bad, be on my mind while confronting another element of my past, but...
You haven't told us much of what you expect to find in the Styles, but considering the gravity you seem to place on it, are you sure you can handle dealing with it with the question of her loyalty on your mind?
That is something I'm not sure either.
I am generally of the opinion that it's best to pull the Band-Aid off quickly.
Okay. Then, when you see her, please send her in.
Of course, Captain. I sort of bow my head and take my leave.
You don't need the bow.
Well, not like a full-on, just like a little nod of her head.
Yeah, we're all equal here. It's like, I'm not a lord. Much as everyone says I am, or Snively did.
But you are, sire.
His voice still haunts me to this day.
She's just trying to be polite to you for once.
He still doesn't know that he technically doesn't own the ship.
There is that.
That's gonna be fun. All right. Anybody else have something they would like to discuss with any other players?
I have something to discuss with Catherine.
All right. Catherine's easy enough to find. Catherine has borrowed some clothing from Averin because the wedding dress is ruined. And she has kind of taken to being a bit bossy. She keeps telling other crewmates what to do, kind of like looking around and a bit of judgmental of how Jason runs the ship. And she's kind of been walking around muttering under her breath, this is barely passable. Why would anybody run their ship like this?
Miss Olstone?
She stops, look at you. Yes, Mr. Crane?
Oh, yes, I just kind of wanted to I wouldn't say false pretenses, but I know when we initially met, I was under a disguise and whatnot, so I just wanted to properly introduce myself to you. So I just extend my hand to shake and whatnot. It's a pleasure meeting you, and thank you for everything. Though everything I told you is absolutely true. And whatnot.
She takes your hand and kind of like a soft shake and goes, I suppose it is all right if all of you had come on board the ship announcing who you were, my husband-to-be would have probably had you arrested.
Yeah, so that's what we definitely didn't want happening. But I take it you're not exactly quite happy with how things are run?
No. This is far more casual than what I'm used to, especially not how my father would run his ships.
I would certainly not. I mean, he is one of the more esteemed pirate hunters in the hunters around. So
there has not even been a drill since I've been on the ship. How do you keep your men well trained?
A lot of them we had from I think when we got this ship, they were under another captain, so they already know their ways about handling the ship, and so we just kind of let them do their own thing. But I will, if you would like to speak with the captain more personally about it, I can help arrange something. Also, since you've been keeping up with your father's business, I'm just kind of curious about something, if I might ask you, or whatever. A quick question.
Go right ahead.
I pull out the that one pirate flag I got at the thrift shop or whatever, and I was like, I just happened to come across this, and I was just sort of curious about it. Do you know whose black this is?
She takes it, kind of like looks it over and goes, I'm not familiar with this color. It's almost as if it's part of the Nashers, but the designs are different.
Oh, really? The Nashers? I don't know my pirates too well, so
I thought you would. He's one of the sea princes.
Oh, right. I was thinking. It's been a while, and I try not to think of them as much as possible.
They are efficient in their methods. And she'll fold it up and hand it back to you. Are you going to use that for your colors?
Of course not. I mean, it would be. I'd hate to have even more people be mad at us for whatever reason, despite these guys are flying our colors and whatnot and doing our thing. It's like, nope, it was just, I mean, it looked rather fitting because we got the figurehead and whatnot, but no, we would never fly directly someone else's colors. No. Thank you. I was just wondering if you had an answer, but I will let the captain know of your complaints, whatnot. But also, I don't know what's going to happen, and I wouldn't necessarily ask you to, take on this entire mission in my stead, but like, do something about it. Do so. We have all the evidence right here. Just if something happens to us, try to figure out something. I don't know, but thank you again for everything. And it's a shame about that dress too. It looked really nice on you.
I'm sorry.
It did. I told you before.
She'll kind of give a blush and goes, I think that's a bit too direct of you, Mr. Crane.
Anyways, carry on.
And she kind of takes a step back and goes, well, I will be seeing you aboard around yes. And she kind of just gives a nod and walks away. She passes Sylviana, and Sylviana is, of course, she's got this smile on her face. And as Catherine walks away, Sylviana just starts up another sea shanty. The king and his men stole the queen from her bed and bound her in her bones.
Oh my god, no.
The sea be ours, and by the powers where we will roam.
Yeah.
Out of character, that's really suspicious.
Yours the colors high. Heave-ho,
thieves and
beggars, never shall we
die. Dangerous song to be singing.
The long hand of Disney just smashes the screen.
Like the moment we started saying, I know this song by heart, and I'm like, oh god, and then I know the line that comes after that.
That's a very suspicious song for her to pick.
Now, insights. Anybody who would be above deck when Sylviana starts that one up.
I mean, I was looking for her, so I guess I might be.
Yeah.
Have I found her yet?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll say that's how you found her.
Interesting choice of song. Trying to scare a guest?
She is a pirate hunter.
Fair enough. The captain wanted to speak with you.
All right. She'll give you a pat on the shoulder. She'll walk off to meet Captain Lowe.
Okay, and without trying to do so without her seeing me, I do kind of follow her down. And once she's through the door, I'll station myself outside of it.
All right, that's going to be a stealth check, which for you is almost impossible to fail.
Don't jinx it.
If she says
seriously, I'm like, if you jinx me, bird boy, okay.
Like Sylviana just rolls a nat 20.
She's got to beat a 22.
The bell's been raised from the fallen speaker. You got that song in my head. It'll be in my head all day now. I mean, I know what the song means in terms of the movies. It's talking about essentially them bounding Calypso, and then the keys to the cage being reference to the David Jones's heart and all that stuff. So I know exactly what it's about in terms of the movie. I don't know what context in the universe. I'm not sure in this universe, but I know the movie wise.
It was pretty much just Sylviana making a threat.
Yeah, it's a good threat. It's a catchy one.
Threat. I'm just gonna say it's her passive, which is 10. So yeah, you beat her passive perception.
Okay.
Sylviana closes the door behind her, looks at Lowe and goes, "You wanted to see me, Captain?"
I did. Before we began, just look to our point where probably bash and snipe and say, just look there and remember what happened there. Just don't lie, please. I'm not going to ask you how you feel about me because I think I can't bear to hear the news, but I know you're not exactly what you have appeared to us as you claim to be. I know you're trying to keep us from Salt Marsh, and I need to know why, and if the crew is in any way in danger of this.
Make an insight, Jason.
Insight.
Sylviana has placed her hand on the hilt of her rapier. And you can kind of see she tenses up a little bit as if she's getting ready for a fight. She goes, Jason, that's some crazy accusations.
Stop. No, stop.
Why would you say those things?
Stop the fucking charade! Stop it! No! I don't want to do this!
Oh, shit.
I don't want to kill you two, please. Don't make me. Please.
Okay, that was
Sorry, I didn't mean to go so loud.
wow.
Jesus,
That
man.
was
Wow, that
wow.
Jason,
yeah, power through it, man.
Just got some acting chops. All right.
all right,
then.
we got we're going this hard today. Let's do it. All right, keep going.
oh god. Please don't. Just tell me the truth. I'm not asking. I knew something was up when we talked about at the Watchtower and what is now called Port Low. I knew something was amiss then, but I didn't think too much on it. And then I saw the letters you've been writing, keeping us away from Salt Marsh. I need to know why. Please, just why. I don't want to kill you. I don't want to fight. Just, what's the truth? Please.
So you do that shouting. And for dramaticism, we'll say you had turned around from her and you go to look to see what her answer was. She has thrown herself back up against the far wall. Her sword is drawn, but she is trembling and terrified. Averin, you definitely heard that shouting, by the way.
Oh yeah, my sword has been ready since I heard him shouting, but I heard him calm back down too, so I'm still sort of waiting by the door listening to before I do anything.
Please, just. I don't want to hurt you. I told you I care about you. I do love you, but I know you're keeping stuff from us, from the crew. I don't know if it's putting anyone in danger. Does it have anything to do with the Sahagwin? The tentacles I've seen in the afterlife? The giant monstrosity? It's just.
Yeah. She is very clammed up. She doesn't seem like she knows what to do.
If we are going to come to blows, I can tell you you won't win, but I'll walk up to her and I'll put the sword I'll hold the sword in my hand and put it against my chest and just be like, but I'll give you your best shot. If you truly mean to harm this crew or to break my heart, It's been broken before. It's been repaired by this crew who I consider my family, by you. So please, if you're gonna try and kill me, I recommend you don't miss.
Oh, okay, let's take a good look at my notes here.
At this point, I probably
She's got some important choices to make.
Was that last said loud enough for Afrin to hear it? 'Cause,
it might be. I don't know. You could hear.
I mean, there's a door between us, so I'm asking Crow. The yell certainly was, but
I'm going to say no.
all right.
You probably can hear muttering, but you can't make out words. So, Jason, when you have the sword pushed up against your chest, you can see her. She is very conflicted. Incredibly conflicted. And you feel a bit of pressure as if she's going to follow up on the strike. And she drops her sword. I can't do it.
Thank you. Thank you. And
She pulls out her dagger and goes to slit her neck.
I immediately try and stop her then.
You're going to need to make a we're going to say that this is an attack against her, but you're not going to do any damage. You'll do a grapple.
A grapple. So
Grapple. No, no, no.
So do you need me to make an unarmed strike or acrobatics or
Athletics, and it's going to be versus her acrobatics or athletics.
okay, athletics. Come on. Oh fuck.
You have to beat a 7. But she rolled an 11. So in one split moment, she pulls up the dagger and just drags it directly across her neck and starts to fall to the ground, bleeding out.
No, God. No, God damn it. Fuck.
Everin, you can definitely hear that.
No.
Okay, so I open the door as soon as I see what's happening. I yell for Killen and rush over to them.
Yeah. I'll try and stop the blood. Just look at me. Please, Sylvana, look at me. Don't do this to me, please. Look at me. Come on, you're still here. Come on.
Killen, where would you be on the ship?
Probably in my quarters, so I'd be.
Your quarters are directly below, so you can definitely hear Avery shouting for you at the very least.
Yeah, so I'd grab my medic bag and run up as fast as I could.
All right, make an athletics check for me.
Run, Doctor, run! Yay!
You are able to get there in time before she dies, so a simple healing spell from you would be enough to save her.
All right.
If you come in and you can see like her thick green elven blood already like standing down the front of her chest, and she did a number to herself real fast.
He doesn't even ask it. You get a question on what's going on right now. He's just focused on stabilizing her. We'll kind of put his hands to her throat and just cast Cure Wounds directly on the throat.
All right. Cure Wounds on the throat clears out her lungs so she doesn't drown on her own blood because it's magic. And she gives out a gasp and she just starts crying.
If she'll allow me, I'll hold her.
She doesn't seem to stop you.
Yeah. Just hold her there for a moment.
Of course, the sudden intention to kill him is starting to get the attention of the rest of the crew.
I'll
None of the crew start to try to poke their heads in to try to see what's happening.
Yeah, I'll kind of get up and slam the door shut.
Yeah, let's see.
All right. So just Jason, Killen, and Averin in this room.
I'll go stand out the door to sort of stare down. Who wanted to get smart?
Back off.
Yeah.
Elias and Arda, what are you two up to?
Probably like went up to as soon as I heard more of a commotion and whatnot, I head over to the captain's quarters, and then as soon as Killen slams the door, I'm like, okay, then that's pretty serious. I'm gonna.
Arda would have followed him.
All right, so Arda's standing right there next to you, Elias.
And since Avern is right there, Arda's gonna ask, I know something happened between Sylviana and the captain. I take it didn't go well?
Not exactly. How close around are people pressed, or have I kind of managed to clear them out for the most part?
Sorry, my mic was muted. So unless you actually tell them to go, too many of them are just kind of like standing crowded in this hall. They are very curious about what just happened. Got a lot of shouting from Jason, and then some killing being called for by you.
Yeah, no, I definitely bark at them to all to their jobs.
Right. Bill will escort anybody who tries to stick around, and he's going to just take temporary control while all of you are handling this out.
Okay, so once it's reasonable to assume that there aren't too many ears around, say, I wasn't in the room, but it appears she tried to kill herself, so I'm assuming that our assumptions were correct.
I don't think she won't harm us.
Arda's gonna give a very dragon-like hiss.
It would appear by the captain cradling her that his emotions are still... Yes, I would assume that's what her trying to kill herself means anyways. And he still seems emotionally invested, so I'm trying to give them their privacy, besides the doctor, of course.
I guess I'm not sure if she might try to pull that again, so let's confiscate any sharp objects she might have and possibly just put her in the brig for a little bit. I don't know.
You might have a hard time convincing the captain of that, but you're welcome to try.
No, but it's just an idea. It's all his choice. So
Elias, Arda, and Avron. Another one of the crew members to arrive, and it's Oceanus, the sea elf. And he starts talking to Elias, asking in Elven what's happened, what's going on.
I would understand. It's Avron that understands Elven. I understand Aquan and all the other elemental languages.
Aquan. He starts asking in Aquan.
Just the talk with Sylviana did not quite go well. But I'm not sure how much I'm at liberty to discuss at the moment. So there's that. I never got around to actually telling Jason about what happened with his conversation with me about her expressions being on kind of a lag, but that's probably not a good time to talk about that right now with him either.
I think he said everything when you talked about the letters and all of that, how she reacted when I was dead.
Well, yeah, we talked about how she reacted when but I guess we could retcon that saying I did mention that.
I don't know what was the lag. I forget.
She's kind like when there's sort of a lag between when she might like in terms of like customary stuff or anything like that, where it'd just be like she'd pause for a sec and then do a greeting or gesture, or say something or smile or something. So he's kind of
okay.
Has a bit of an input lag.
Seemed like she was forgetting she's supposed to be an elf, basically.
Gotcha. Yeah. I don't think I knew that at all.
I didn't actually get around to.
Yeah. All right, Jason and Killen. Killen, you are of course making sure she's totally okay. And Jason, I assume you're not leaving her side.
No.
So while she's there and she's letting you hold her, Jason, she's going to start muttering something. I'm not an elf.
Oh.
That's okay.
I am a Malenti.
I do not know what that is, and
We are an off-breed, a special mutated breed of Shahagwin. I am a Shahagwin in everything but looks.
and personality. If you truly were Sahagwin, you probably would have killed me when you had the chance. You're not. Like, I don't care. Like, you're still important to me, no matter what.
Kellen, what's your reaction to this?
He's definitely surprised, but not hostile or anything towards her.
My mission was to make sure any actual threats to the operation in Salt Marsh stay away from Salt Marsh. I was supposed to make sure that the most dangerous naval combatant would be away when the attack happened.
They consider us the most dangerous naval combatant?
I did. While there was flaws within your groups, I saw the potential that you were able to achieve, and you have achieved that. The captains on this ship, they're well equipped. And you are very dangerous.
The attack, has it already happened?
I don't know.
Funny you consider us more dangerous than Jarlaxle.
Jarlaxle wouldn't be there. He wasn't there at that time, at least.
Fair point.
Above the ship, you hear the call, "Land ho!" We're pulling into the Styles.
Go ahead, Captain. I will watch over her.
Are you sure?
Trust me, I'll take care of her.
Jason will reluctantly get up, but look to Sylviana and just, you better still be here when I get back.
I will make sure she does not go anywhere.
Not like leave the ship, but just be alive still.
Trust me, she has no ways of doing so. Even if she is successful, I can bring her back.
Okay.
If she kills herself, I can bring her back. She doesn't got a choice.
Yeah, I do have a revivify, so I'm being honest with that.
You just go down to the cargo hold. It's like, where's a big enough diamond? I've got about 38 seconds left.
All right. So the ship starts to pull into port, and the disgusting city that's slowly sinking into the mud is before you. Welcome to the Styles.
Oh, great.
What map do we not need anymore? Teleport the world.
This reminds me of Venice.
Yeah, except it's not as nice as Venice. So, rising up to meet you, the very first thing that's notable about the Styles is its pungent odor.
Ugh.
From what I've heard, that's also a lot like Venice.
Mm-hmm.
Trash and debris are floating in the water, just completely unkept harbors. A number of ships are at dock. Some of them are functional. There's even a couple of ships that are just dry dock alongside. A large number of beggars and ruffians just scouring about. A group of raggedy children run by, harassing a horde of cats. And you can see it's pretty much, instead of just pulling up to a dock and paying a fee, it's pulling up a dock and hoping nobody tries to board your ship.
Yeah, Art is already eyeing everyone and giving the kids, especially the evil eye.
Captain, given our history here, I'd suggest at least the two of us keep a relatively low profile. Granted, I don't know, I don't know if anyone actually, if the prison actually misses us, but you can't be too careful, especially around this dung heap.
As you say.
Don't worry, Hop Nurse Asylum is all the way on the other side of the islands.
Oh, for us.
Oh, I was putting an asylum? I thought
Yeah.
it was just prison.
It might as well be the same thing here, I think.
It's this great building over here.
Oh God, the twist is that.
Oh boy.
The twist is that we were both insane. There was no drug pen. All we found was just coincidence.
And I was like, oh, that little blonde boy is just crazy. He just lock him in the asylum and just express lobotomy.
Oh God.
So as you're looking at, all of you are looking back at many of your childhood homes, or in Elias's case, brief visit in his life. All these buildings are kind of just leaned in. Absolutely disgusting. It looks like they were made of marble, some of them, and then had these lean-to shacks and huts, little cabins all built up alongside of them as they're slowly sinking into the mud.
I suppose since we're here, I should see if that is still there.
I'm gonna start heading off, but before I do, I kind of pull Jason aside. You don't have to tell me what happened with Sylviana if you don't want to, and I have come to respect your decision making enough to, well, let you make them unaided. But I'm about to bring my sister and my mother aboard this ship, so just so you're aware, if she poses a threat to them, I will kill her.
I understand. And if hopefully that doesn't have to come to that. I don't think it will, but do you need help retrieving her at all?
Well, as it stands at the moment, I'm actually not sure where they are. Part of the intention of me sending them money was hoping that they would move somewhere a little nicer, but I'll go by our old neighborhood first, see if I can find anyone who knows where they moved to.
Okay.
Where's that neighborhood in relation to us?
No, Crow?
Uh,
It would be somewhere very far away from the pleasure district, but still extremely poor.
so the Styles. All right, so that'd probably be over
Just as poor, but not as horny.
the big
Yeah,
circle all the way up
basically.
here on the north side.
Okay. So that's what I'll tell him. The north side of the city.
And then I think you should at least take someone to accompany you, at the very least. Like the Sea Prince said, we have to proceed here with extreme caution.
What exactly is the nature of your business here? Would it be better for me to wait to retrieve my family until after that's resolved?
Yes, I would. What I need to do would probably come last, so I would say bring your family on board first before what happens.
Yeah. From everything I've heard in his night terrors and what I know about him, whatever is here isn't pleasant.
Right. Then, sure, if you're offering to accompany me, I would happily accept.
And I will do so.
I'll go along as well, if you don't mind.
Of course.
All right. So, Arda, what are you going to be doing in that mean case?
I kind of had an idea for what she was doing here, but I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to go over with you.
That's right.
Well, I've been thinking since you gave us a pseudo dragon and then killed it, that it might have been a hobby of hers to
Collect
take
pets.
care of, just take care of any strays that might wander to her house. She's gonna go see if any of them stuck around.
Oh god, there's gonna be like a legion of fucking puppies. And it's like, I want the most pitiful creature here. Oh god, there's a lot of you.
Most of them are people.
Well,
So
actually,
Arda's going to wander off on her own. Jason and Elias are
Going with
Well-
Avern.
Avern and Arda. And Killen, I assume you're staying on the ship with
Yeah,
Juliana.
Yep.
I would expect Arda to be relatively safer because she's a dragon.
People will definitely give you a wide berth.
Yeah. Which is why she didn't ask for Jason to go with her. If she'd been a regular human, I'd have gone. I'd have asked if she could tag along with Avron and Elias, and to ask if she could stop by her house before.
I mean, she still can.
That's true, but Arda's a dragon. She doesn't really need any protection in numbers. So, yeah.
All right.
No, where's her house in relation to where?
She lived on an island, on this central island here.
Oh, okay.
So Arda, you lived in the big square. Somewhere on a house in the big square.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So somewhere in this island is separated from everything else.
Is there a quote
The ship,
unquote?
your own ship has jolly boats that you could take to it.
Okay.
You could just
Yeah.
swim around on a boat.
She's gonna grab a jolly boat because she does not want to swim in that water.
No.
No. No.
I don't even think water breathing would be a good idea. It's just like, cancer, liquid cancer.
Yeah, no, she's not getting in the water at all.
All right. So you begin your individual treks.
Yeah.
I want each of you, the four of you, Killen, you're fine, to make Constitution saving throws.
Oh, good. Something I'm proficient with.
Oh no.
Oh, I'm good with it too.
No, I'm not.
Oh, you have a +1. Remember that.
It's
Because
a plus 5 because the regular is +4.
Yeah, because the cloak.
So 14.
So 14?
Yep.
What did everybody else get? Because I'm looking through books right now.
I got a McFrickin' 8, okay?
17.
Alright. Where are they? Because I'm trying to find something real quick. Quick, somebody say something funny to fill up this dead space.
Funny how.
I'm hoping to find
Titty
a
sprinkles.
pseudo dragon, but if there's a really big shaggy cat, I'll take that instead.
I'm just like, I cannot stand this place. This reminds me of my home when I was a child. Ugh.
And that smell is exactly why I wanted to get away.
I'm a mess right now.
Yeah. And
All
so will our clothes in a moment.
So as you all right, so we are going to start with Arda.
Okay.
Arda, you make your landing at the big central island, and dominating this island is a stone lighthouse that's only been partially built. You look above you at it, and it would be this proud beacon when this island was still a pleasure island. And you start making your way through this, and it's just the shadow of this dominates over it like a sundial almost, casting different parts of the city into a dark shade at different time.
Okay. She's gonna keep a lookout for anyone wandering around. She doesn't want to make a commotion, but she also doesn't want her jolly boat to be taken, because that belongs to the Olympia, and if it gets stolen, well.
Make a insight check.
Okay. Are you sure it's insight and not
Yeah, insight.
Okay. Here's hoping. Fuck. No.
8.
I like that Neph and I do the same thing anytime Crow asks us to roll a stat that we're not good in. Are you sure that's what you meant?
Right, so I will now allow you a perception check based on touch.
Okay. It's something I am proficient at.
All right. So you are very much aware when this guy sticks his hand into the inside of your cloak, looking around for something to grab real quick.
Okay. I'm going to snatch his wrist in a tight grip. Looking for something, sir?
All right. Make an athletics check versus his acrobatics.
God damn it.
Oh dear.
21. So he's able to quickly get away from you as he stumbles back and starts to run away.
Yeah. Arda's gonna sprint after him.
All right. Arda, when you start that, 6 more guys pop out from a variety of different angles and start chasing you as well. As the other guy starts to lead you down a dead end alley and turn around pulling a dagger.
Okay.
So now you are
she's gonna stop.
Oh no.
Oh man, that's tempting.
So they got their daggers and they are now looking at you and go, "All right, lizard lady, just hand over your coin purse and nothing bad has to happen."
I really did not want something like this to happen. Okay, so how far away from me are the guys behind me?
We'll say that the closest guy is kind of 10 feet away from you.
And are they clustered?
Yeah, they're pretty. This is a pretty tight alley, so they kind of like are all clustered up. So they're in like one really big block.
Okay. Let's see. Wrong thing. God. Okay. So I'm going to turn partially. Look from the one guy, from the spy.
Yeah.
To the group. While keeping an eye on the spy, because I don't want him to try and grab my purse. Well,
it says spy, but they're really just pickpockets. So
yeah, okay. So you're with where can I drop a spell? Just
you want to target these guys?
Yeah, because I'm gonna use burning hands.
All right.
Okay, so
all right, it's your funeral.
No, it's their funeral.
So that's what I was imagining you were saying. That's
all right. So the closest guy is pickpocket 2 to you, and they are all kind of like in like a tight group. So like 3 by 3. So you should be able to get 2 through 7, but you're not able to get 1 because he's on the other side of you.
Yeah. What do I need to press to target them all?
I think
control.
It's control.
Hold it down, and click.
Okay. Let's see.
Skip personality. Take him out of
3, 2, 6, 4,
and 5.
7, 5.
That's all of them.
Almost.
Well, that's all the ones you can hit, right?
Except for 1. No, there's still 3. I can hit all but 1.
You selected 3 already, and now
2,
you just
6, 5, 4, 3, 4. Yeah, you're missing 3. Just click on 3 then.
It's like you had 3 and then you got rid of them.
Okay, so
you got the 6 you can hit, so you just go ahead and you just drop the spell in as normal. It looks like 1 succeeded. Everybody else failed. All right, so you cast your spell, Burning Hands, shooting flames from you. They all let out a scream. I'm going to roll them a wisdom check. Oh, those 6, they survive, but they turn tail and run immediately. It's like, wizard. She's a wizard.
Arda's going to roll her eyes because, of course, they would.
You now have one guy.
One of those.
You now have one guy cornered in a back alley.
I'm just going to give him a very teeth-filled smile. You were saying?
Roll an intimidation check with advantage because you just shot a bunch of fire and chased off all of his friends.
Okay. 13.
13. He is going to put that dagger away and go, it's like I said, miss, you dropped your coin purse. And he hands you a coin purse.
Thank you so much. Pleasure doing business with you.
So you get 1 gold piece, 5 silver, and 3 copper.
Okay.
And you can now leave this guy alive if you want to, or you could just kill him. Because he's going to try to get away from you as you're counting the coin.
I'm just going to let him go. Because they didn't actually hurt me. And I actually was not aiming to kill them. So I'm actually quite happy that I rolled pretty low. It was more scare tactics, intimidation. I just want to be left alone. Because once my okay.
Yeah, okay. So after you count out your coins, you continue on your way and you find your old house. This is a tiny little lean-to shelter. Barely enough room for you to fit on the inside of it.
Okay.
Nobody has moved into it since you've been gone for months now.
That's actually kind of surprising.
I'm an old beggar and I wouldn't live in that shit.
Well, I mean, she's not really surprised, but at the same time, it's been empty for months, as Crow said, and this place is not the best of places, to put it mildly.
It's probably covering like black mold. And people are like, that's too much for me. Living in the mud is one thing.
Yeah. So she's going to take a look, see if there are any animals around.
So while you're looking around, kind of walking up to you in a very friendly manner is this scraggly, bony dog. He kind of walks up to you and gives you great big puppy eyes.
Arda's gonna kneel down and start petting him.
He starts licking your hand, hoping to get something treat out of you.
Okay. She's gonna pull out a little. Yeah, she's gonna pull out a little
Bit of meat.
Yeah, it probably a bit of bacon, maybe.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jerky. Probably got salted
You're
jerky or something.
You're such a good puppy.
All right, make an animal handling with advantage because you're giving him food.
Okay. Please. Yes!
All right,
18.
this dog will now follow you around everywhere you go.
Perfect. Okay. She's going to rig a harness with a leash,
right,
so that he doesn't get stolen, or well, if it's a he.
Yeah.
Okay.
You start to lead him back to your boat.
Yep.
All right. Group 2, which is Jason, Averin, and Elias.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Let's see what you guys get. Just did that one for Arda. Let's give something different.
What were those Constitution things for previously?
You'll find out. You'll find out.
All right, I wasn't sure if they mentioned it yet because I stepped away for a moment.
Oh, goodness.
No, of course not. It's always best when the dungeon master asks for rolls and doesn't tell you what any result means.
We're going to finish all of this, like take down whatever big bad guy is going after Jason, only for us to get back on the ship and Avern dies of the fucking mud poisoning.
It's like, oh, it's like the boss fight's really easy, and then it's like, oh god, dream worms, and now we have to fight the actual boss battle in everyone's mindscape thing.
Everyone's mindscape.
So as you're walking by, Jason, you kind of got this garish dress. You got the big coat, you got the hat, you got the eye patch. Elias, you're dressed nicely. Avron is Avron. But you guys don't look like urchins anymore, at the very least. So people start kind of wandering up to you and going, oh, copper, charity. A little bit of food is all I need to get by. A simple drink of whiskey would be fine, please.
Are we kind of in that neighborhood that we were heading for?
You're getting close to it.
Okay, I'll covertly, so that no one else can see what I hand them, press a gold piece into their hand. I'm looking for 2 women, Lillian and Delilah. Do you happen to know where they live?
All right, let me roll a thing. Roll a persuasion real quick.
Okay. $13.
All right, so you're about to give this gold to this peasant, to this urchant. And you stop briefly because you're looking at the look on his face, and this is a guy who's just going to run off with this money. So you turn to another one, and it kind of like you got to grab their wrist so they can't just go away. It's just... and you ask them the names of... What are the names again? One more time.
Liliana and Delilah.
Liliana and Delilah. And they go, Liliana, Delilah? I don't... Oh! Delilah has been spending time with the alchemist. That Master Refrum.
And is his shop somewhere around here?
Yes. His shop is this square right here.
Okay. She thanks them for their time and heads in that direction.
All right. And the urchins still follow you, begging. They saw that one got gold, and now they're really swarming over the 3 of you.
I was specifically trying to hide that.
Make a sleight of hand then, if you're going to try to keep that hidden.
Okay. 22.
22. Okay, so yeah, you did manage to keep that hidden, but so the crowd that follows you is still not that big until either Jason or Elias chases them off.
I'll just let's see. How many of them are there?
9 now.
Okay, so I'm gonna. It's gonna be. Sorry, I'm just kind of trying to make sure I have. Like, I'm just gonna take about 18 gobbers, so 7, 6, 4, 9, and whatnot. I'm just gonna give them like 2 copper each, and just be like, hey, that's like, this is like Godspeed with you, Godspeed with you. Take care of yourself. Whatever, just go away now.
Heh.
I'm just gonna be nice. I'm going to be nice. It's all copper, so it's not like it's like, here you go, just go away. Here you go. I don't want to look like I'm too wealthy. It's just like, here. It's the best I can do. Even though it's totally not.
Oh no. I agree. If anyone had done that with Arda, she'd been giving out a couple of coppers each too.
All right. So, those of you who are heading to Master Rifrum's, after you get that information, before you can get to the shop itself, you come across a group of 12 children chasing and tormenting an elderly man, just pelting him with tomatoes, rotten and disgusting. You see the man brandish a holy symbol of some sort at them, which all the children and any onlookers are just now taunting this man. Oh, what's it now? You're going to bring down the wrath of gods? How come you didn't bring the wrath of gods on your friends? Yeah, he got away with killing 12 people. You're the friend of a murderer.
What's the symbol?
Looks like a small sparrow.
Would that be a religion check just to see?
It would be a personal god.
Ah, okay. Why not? Probably Jason will step. He'll just grab the man. He won't he's not gonna say anything. He's just gonna grab him, just drag him away.
Which the man, he starts to panic and goes, let me go. Let me go.
Sir, I'm trying to help you. Just don't say anything, or maybe keep acting the way you're doing, because then they'll think I'm going to take you somewhere to beat you up. I don't know.
I'll go to the kids and just be like, hey, nothing. All right, nothing to see here. And there, this is.
He's friends with a murderer. Hope the eye patch man hangs him. Let him join his friends at Davy Jones' locker.
Oh, Davy Jones exists. Is this true? Or who's your friend? As I probably take him somewhere where they can't see at this point.
Because he gives you let go of him.
Yeah, or to take him with us, just to go around a corner where no one can see, just to talk to this dude.
So, Avron and Elias, you two also follow?
As soon as I shoo the kids off, I immediately rejoin with him.
Yeah, Avron's rolling her eyes, but she'll follow.
So what's this? Oh, sorry.
He kind of gives a quick shake. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
What's your name?
My name is Rifrum. I'm an alchemist. A tinkerer.
Well, this is fortuitous then.
Do I know you, miss?
I believe you know my mother, Delilah.
You're Delilah's other daughter? You're Avron. We must get back to my shop now. Avron, something really bad has happened.
Avron's immediately glaring. Right, let's get back to your shop. You can tell me all about it.
All right. Killen.
Yes.
You are approached by one of the crew members who said, Doc, there is a lady here trying to get on. I'm asking for permission aboard the ship. With the captain gone and the first mate indisposed of right now. We thought it'd be best to talk to you about this.
Maybe its head got screwed up.
You and two of your mates come in here and watch over her. Do not let go and just keep an eye on her.
All right, I'm going to assume you also took away her weapons.
Oh yeah.
All right. He does. He gathers up two of his mates, and they kind of like just take a position up as guard.
All right, and then I will leave the room and go see the woman.
All right. So you meet her on the top deck. And she is a human female. She's kind of a little on the shorter side, dressed in kind of like dark clothing. When she comes and takes a look at you and goes, Captain Lowe?
I'm sorry, he is off in the city right now. I am the doctor, Killen Gunnar.
Thank God I have the smart one. Yeah, must forgive me. I was not expecting a half orc.
Yes, many do not expect that.
I was hoping that you and your crew would be willing to look into a series of events for me. My name is Elnor Loveage.
And what seems to be the problem?
My brother was charged and killed for murder.
And naturally, you believe he's innocent.
Of course, I cannot believe that Jarmy would kill anyone.
I understand. I would like nothing better to help you out, but when the captain does arrive, I will make sure to plead the case, perhaps helping you out. What can you tell me about this situation?
All right. Get to my notes. Where is it? So, for both of these groups, you're both. Refrom lets you inside the alchemist shop, and it is just covered with all these clockwork inventions, and there are just books piled everywhere in his small little house. He gets a thing of tea going, sits you all down, and goes and starts to explain the situation, so you all get the same information. Jarmy Loveage was executed yesterday. Apparently he has killed almost 12 people. However, both Eleanor and Refrium cannot possibly believe him to do this. He was too quiet, too simple of a man. They tried to explain that when they tried to meet with Jarman in his cell at the Hoppner Asylum, their access was denied by the militia. When they were faced with this dilemma, Refram launched his own investigation into the events that were being called the Lantern Ghost Killings. He goes into this long list of the descriptions about how the killing has been going on since the night you guys left the Styles.
Oh, that's actually kind of suspicious.
He describes that the killer has been on the prowl and striking intermittently and leaving mutilated victims in public locations to be discovered at dawn.
So we got Jack the Ripper.
Yep. Eleanor is also able to explain more to you, Killen, that it appears that the militia has been strangely inept in stalking all this down. The militia has never been good about stopping murders in the Styles before, but in this particular case, a serial killer like this would have caused a great deal of alarm, even in a place as shitty as this.
I would ask Eleanor if she knows anything specific about the 12 victims.
Eleanor will tell you that the very first victim was one of the prostitutes at a brothel. Wolfram will explain that Jarman's arrest came after he was found looming over the body of a victim, a dagger clutched in blood-stained hands.
Yeah, if we're getting the same information at the same time, then Averin would ask what brothel.
I can't remember the name of the brothel. It's the one that you worked at, Averin.
Okay, Crimson Orchid.
Crimson Orchid.
So Averin's eyes kind of narrow at this, and she asks, and who was the victim?
It was a girl named Tiffany Maelstrom, and she was a friend of yours.
Okay. Averin's jaw clenches. And why did you think it was pertinent information to give me?
Well, this information is pertinent to give you because your mother, Delilah, and Jarman had started to pursue a romantic relationship. And after Jarman's execution, we have not been able to see either hide or hair of your mother or your sister since then. Killian, you do not get that information because you don't know about all this stuff going down.
Right.
I see.
They give you like a list of the 12 victims and what their processions were, and it is an absolutely random list. Like, there seems to be no correlation between age, gender, occupation, race. It's just whoever he could possibly have gotten alone.
All right, seeing that would be kind of a dead end, I would ask if there was like an insignia.
The only
something the killer did that like this is my killing. A calling card.
A calling card, yeah.
They both say yes, and they hand you a small script. I gotta look for this image here real quick. See if I can I can't find the image I am looking for, but what they give you is this strange swirling symbol, almost like a spiral, that has an eye in the center of it.
Sounds creepy.
Could you point us in the direction of where this man lived? I'd like to look around a bit, try to see if I can find answers.
Refrem gives you the directions to where he lived, which would be a house down over here at the small square. And the last thing they're able to tell you as of right, they got a little bit more information they're able to tell you. I really wish the book gave me a better way to give this rather than just a big information dump. The arrest came after he was found looming over the body. Jarman's proclaimed not to have any memories of the slaying. Rayfrom offered his abilities to cast Speak with Dead to learn the truth, but the militia told him the case was closed, and he was further threatened with the incarceration and Homperin if he didn't leave the matter alone.
Well, that's very suspicious indeed.
Sounds to me like they were covering for the actual murderer, meaning perhaps he's someone of some importance to the Styes. Styes. What's the actual name? Did we decide it was Styes?
It's Styes. Okay. It's supposed to be Styes.
I mean, that sounds, that sounds pretty typical of them to just immediately imprison or kill a possibly innocent man or whatnot. I would certainly know a lot about that.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was something that everyone had seen at least once, since most of us lived here.
Now, Rayfrom is absolutely concerned because he's able to tell you that the last name on the list is a young fisher named Rife, and he turned up the morning after the execution. The authorities were quick to ship the body to the mortuary for cremation.
So they had no interest in reopening the case.
They have no interest. I'll tell you, it's both me and Rayfrom's belief that there is a conspiracy going on.
They probably just think it's some kind of copycat.
And either my sister and mother have gotten themselves in the middle of it, or they've gone into hiding. Were the authorities, did they seem interested in my family at all?
No. At least no mention directly to me, at least, or what I could find.
I don't know whether that should be a thank God moment or a oh no moment.
This whole thing is an oh no moment.
Well, yeah.
At Rayfrom's shop, a rock is thrown through a window.
Okay. Avon goes to investigate said rock.
It is just a plain, muddy river stone. And you can hear a bunch of kids laughing outside.
Perhaps if this is the reception that Mr. Rayfrom is getting for simply being the man's friend, my mother, having been closer to him, decided to wait out public opinion. It is possible that she's just hiding somewhere.
He gives a nod. Yes, but I'm growing concerned with my own safety.
Do you have other place to stay in the meantime until this dies down?
If you have a safe place to go, I would be more than grateful. Otherwise, I would just have to try to hopefully catch the next ship out.
Captain, would it be all right with you if he stayed on our ship?
It's fine by me. Rayfrom, pack what you need, gather your supplies, and go to the ship called the Olympia. When you're questioned by probably a half-orc, just tell them Jason Lowe sent you to stay for a while.
All right. And he quickly starts gathering up equipment.
Is there anyone else that might be also in danger of the mob outside, children pestering you, that kind of thing? Anyone else that might be facing the same harassment?
There's Eleanor, who is Jarman's sister.
Where can we find her?
She said she was going to be looking for adventurers. Try to get a third party involved in the looking of this case. She's probably down by the harbor masters looking for a suitable group.
Well, if fate is involved, perhaps she's found us.
I mean, we did just arrive earlier today, so we're the freshest thing on the menu.
That's one way to put it, and I'm not sure you should have put it that way.
Also, does he react at all when I just said Jason Lowe? Does that when I told him to go to the ship? I just realized I just used my own name. I don't know if that any reaction. From that
No, there was no reaction to that.
No. All right, that's good at least. Oh God, what if that's not even my name? That's scary to think about. Anyways.
Okay. Yeah, Averin's gonna be pretty anxious, probably like tapping her foot. She's very much wanting to start trying to chase down her family.
Do you have any ideas where they could be at?
Hopefully just hidden and safe.
Do you want to check by their home first? Maybe they might have left a note for you.
Do you know where they moved? I assume they moved out of their old house.
Like I said, no, we haven't seen them since the day after the execution.
But you don't know where they were living?
They were still living in the same house, that, as far as I know.
Right. We'll check there first to see if they left anything, and then we'll go to the home of... And then we'll go to the home of the supposed murderer.
It's a good start. Riffram, can you make it to the ship on your own? Out of curiosity, you got stopped by the mob.
I have a few spells that I can cast.
Okay.
Right,
just making sure.
Just be safe.
Yeah.
All right. With that, he'll head off.
Should we check his place before we leave, just to make sure?
We'll help you pack. Investigate.
Yeah.
Check all this stuff. Like,
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's a clever plan. I get you involved, but it was me. I was the killer all along.
It was I.
The person who hired you.
Well, he could be. I was sort of thinking like he maybe some clues that connects him with the killer in some regard, since he had that religious symbol. There's other symbol being laid down by them.
No, you're unable to find that symbol. I'm going to tell you right now, it's not him.
No. Turns out he's best friends with the killer. There's a picture of him and the killer. Who's this mysterious man?
There's a picture of him with the guy they accused to be the killer.
Turns out he was the killer all along. There was no investigation. They were actually doing their job. That's the twist.
It's like, that looks nothing like the guy, and it's like, and then someone casts Photoshop. Just like, hey, see, totally is.
What level would Photoshop be?
Yeah.
What level spell is Photoshop?
Okay, so would Arda have gotten back to the ship by now?
Yes, Arda would have gotten back to the
Okay.
ship.
With the puppy.
With the doggy.
Okay. Is there any particular breed that he is?
Mutt.
A mutt. Okay.
Which is not he's a golden lab mixed with a German shepherd and a pit bull. There you go. I don't know. He's a dog. What do you want from me?
Golden lab mix with German.
Shepherd's gonna write all that down.
Now I'm just thinking of that one dog named Goblin that is a pug husky mix.
Damn. How'd that happen?
I would like to hope that the pug was the father.
Yeah.
My mom used to run a husky and malamute rescue, and there was this dog that came through that was a corgi husky mix.
Oh my god, that's adorable.
It literally just looked like a corgi with a husky's face.
Oh my god.
That's cute.
This is
What
the
color?
result of the picture.
It was a red one.
This is
And
the
he
result
was
of that search.
oh god, she was the most hyper thing on the planet too, and she was so smart. Like my mom doesn't really like the dogs that are constantly trying to jump on you and stuff, right? So she got sort of fed up one day and was like, why do you love me so much? I don't even like you." And for the first time in this dog's entire existence, it stood entirely still. And I was like, "Mom, you're a monster." And she's like, "Oh, okay, I'm sorry, I'm kidding. And it just immediately starts wagging its entire body again.
Oh my god, that's such
Okay.
an adorable picture.
I totally got it wrong. It wasn't a husky. It was a German Shepherd pug mix.
Ah.
Hmm. I asked so that I could kind of
I have an idea. What the
figure
dog
out
looks like.
a name.
All right. So the dog's still following you everywhere you're going,
Mhm.
and you do see Killen talking with Eleanor.
Okay. I'm going to approach, greet him, and her. So, Killen, what's going on?
This
Mhm.
this woman here, he was telling me about some troubles they've been having here, and asking if we can they can have our help in solving a particular matter.
I don't see why we can't offer our assistance. I assume you have all the information she could have given you already?
At least enough to go off of for now.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You know where the others are? Have they?
Last I heard, they were headed to, and she's going to, tell him about, the, you said he was an alchemist. That was right by where Avrin lived. Well, Avrin's.
Well, you went, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
All right, so I will look to Eleanor, I believe her name was.
Eleanor, yes.
Yes. If you feel it's safer for you, you can stay here on the ship for now, while we go out into the city and try to rile everyone else up.
All right. She goes, very well. If you gather everyone else up, I suggest that you either start your investigation at the asylum, or you try to speak with a Constable Jute. She was the militia guard who found Jarmy.
Understood. Got it. And men, if any of the others do return to the ship, and just inform them of what we are up to, and let them know that Eloise has my permission to stay aboard. Eleanor.
All right. So you head up. I want everybody in the group to roll perception checks.
party perception.
Okay. Everyone or just the people that are by
Well, Arda, I assume you're going to go with Killen.
Yeah.
Yeah, so everyone.
Oh, nice.
All right. Side hand. So the only people who don't see each other is Avrin and Jason. Killen, Elias, and Arda, you all are able to pick each other out in the crowd as you're kind of meeting up.
Okay.
And you kind of meet up right around this location right down here in the south.
Avern's just too distracted being like broody and shit.
I'm still a mess.
I thought we were going straight to Avern's home first.
Where are you going to go to? I thought you were going to the killer's home first.
Or, yeah, we were going to go to Avern's home
we
first
were-
and then go to
yeah.
the killer. The alleged killer.
All right, never mind then. You guys meet up all the way over here then. Yeah, that's smooth. Totally believable, right? Shut up.
You're all good, man. No worries.
All right, so you all are able to meet up eventually in the city, right before, so that way you all can get your detective on at the same time.
Yeah.
Do you take a quick moment just to swap all the information with each other?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so blah, 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 blah. Yay, we're all on the same page.
Yeah.
All right. Avern, you're able to lead the way to your home, and it is actually, in regards to everything else here in the Styes, it is okay looking. Simple little one-story house with semi-working indoor plumbing.
Well, we can see where the money went.
Yeah.
It's still like barely passable in any other city.
Oh yeah, but I mean, it's like compared to
but
everywhere else, it's charming.
It's downright charming for a place like this.
Well, even before I started sending them gold from my more recent adventures, I was sending them most of what I made at the Crimson Orchid, too.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
The Crimson Orchid's not too far away from here either, so...
Probably another place to look for your family, perhaps.
Perhaps, though I'm not sure how welcome of a face I'll be there. I did run out, leaving them with probably a very angry noble to deal with. Well, at any rate, and I'm assuming I probably know some way into the house.
Yeah, you do know some way inside the house, so...
Whether there's a hidey key or just a window that doesn't latch quite right, I would probably know about it, so...
We're going to say it's a hidey key, so...
Okay.
Because a window that doesn't latch right is going to get broken into night one.
True.
Yeah.
So you find your hidey key still hidden behind that rock that looks like a frog.
Why is it always a frog?
It
And
could
you
have
managed to
been
get the door
worse. It
open?
could have been a crab.
Oh, it should have been crab.
Retcon.
Retcon, it's actually a crab.
It all connects back to the first session.
Yeah.
Always goes back to crabs. All right. So as you start to go inside and check the house, this is a house that very clearly was abandoned in a rush.
Looks like they didn't have time to pack anything.
I'm going to look around to kind of corroborate that, see if there's like, if it seems like chests of clothing or anything like that where I had stuff pulled out of it.
Yes, chests of clothing were pulled out, but it's very clearly like the clothing that would be most important to take. This isn't a house that was robbed. This was a house that was left.
Right.
Well, nobody came for them, at least not here. That's good to know.
Yeah, no jailer I've ever heard of lets you take clothing with you.
No.
Important papers, documents are gone, except for one. Kind of laying out in the open is a letter from one Avern, which is the letter you sent all the way back in Game 3.
Okay. And it has been open though, right?
It
Like they
has.
did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Why would they leave this letter? And Arda's not going to touch it, but she's going to bring attention to it. Because that's Avern's.
I'm gonna look at it. Have any changes been made to it?
No changes have been made to it, but it's clearly been handled. Somebody who's handled it has had dirty hands. So there's slight smudge and fingerprints on it.
Interesting. Just a general like mud of the
Yeah.
styles, or
Yeah, the mud of the styles.
I'm gonna fold it up and pocket it.
All right.
I'm not sure what use someone else could get out of it, to be honest.
Anybody else is also allowed to make an investigation check.
Oh yeah, it's her family. That would suck
nice.
if that would suck if one for her own family's house.
You're intimidating the house, Arda.
Oh no, I didn't mean intimidation. I meant the one underneath it. Bleh.
Hey,
Still 19.
Oh my god. I still did really good.
All right. Killing, you didn't make a roll. Easy, yeah, read.
Well, it
You still here,
doesn't
Kellen?
really
Amish.
matter.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean,
Everybody can find different clues. That's the thing.
okay.
Oh,
Actually, I'm wondering, could my new puppy help?
He's not that well trained.
Oh, then I'm going to take this as a training opportunity for him.
All right, 11. Okay. So as you all spread out through the house, Adrian, you're looking at the note, and it's just like it bothers you. Your mother would not have just left the note like that. The last communication she had with you, just out like that.
Right.
Elias?
Yes.
You're kind of just bumming about. Just something's up with this sock.
It's like I don't want. It's like I don't want to. It's like I risk not rummaging through a woman's drawers. I just politely, just like poke something, look at something, and not really actually investigating very well.
Jason, as you're wandering around, you bring your attention to the windows, and you notice there are slight breaks in the wood in the seal of the window. And you kind of test the window, and it just slides open way too easily. This is a window that has been broken into recently.
Oh.
Avery,
Arda, during your investigation, your puppy starts to kind of like scratch at something. And you kind of walk over towards where it is, and you find what looks like a pool of blood. Not a lot of it.
You're such a good boy. She's going to take out a bit of jerky.
Yeah, feed it.
And reward him for finding that. Good
Gillen,
boy, good
if you
boy.
want to roll a medicine check, you can confirm it whether or not that is blood.
all right, sure.
Okay, so Arda is going to call Killen.
Kellen, you're able to determine that this is about a day old blood. The amount of this that would have been lost is not a threatening amount. This is more like somebody got punched across the face and like just blood went flying over. But as you're looking at Killing, you also realize it looks like somebody like tried scrubbing this stuff up, but they did a sloppy job when they got to this part.
It's interesting. I'll let the others know that someone tried to clean up part of this crime.
Yeah, and
Oh dear.
Jason, what are you looking at?
oh, I have already. I'll point out the windows.
Does this eye patch pick up anything?
No.
Okay, just wondering.
No magic eye patch powers today.
So there was some sort of confrontation here.
Am I able to tell that with the part that was, with that part that was cleaned up, would be enough to make a lethal amount of blood, or is it impossible
No,
to
it's not
tell?
lethal. Non-lethal.
All right. So I'll tell him like, this may have been where one of the bodies was left, but this is not where the person was killed.
That's comforting.
Maybe not say that.
No,
Glaring.
Well, say that this is where the body was left, or a fight broke out.
All right, so Averin, so all of you are able to kind of put together what this crime scene kind of looks like. Somebody broke in through the windows, just ripping the windows straight up. Came in, obviously kidnapped Averin's family. There was a confrontation. Somebody got punched. And then they made it look like they left in a hurry and then slipped out again.
Oh, so they were kidnapped. Great.
That's not good.
We already have some suspects in the sense that we know the militia is trying to cover this up. There's some sort of conspiracy, so would they be as bold to? Yeah, would they be so bold as to send soldiers to, or someone to kidnap these people?
Well, Arda's gonna look at Averin.
She
With
just has. Oh, go ahead.
We're going to find them. And then if we find that they've been hurt, we are going to kill their attackers.
Even if they haven't, I don't take kindly to people stealing my family members out of their homes. Her face is really calm, but her knuckles are wrapped around her knives and they're completely white.
Tranquil fury is good.
I suppose our next stop should be the home of the supposed murderer.
Yes. Where did he live? Crow?
He lived
like way down there.
The square box is the last victim's house.
Oh, that's the last victim?
Yeah. Oh no, wait a minute. That was the his house. I'm sorry.
What was his name again? I don't have it written down.
Of the name of the last victim, or
no, the name of the supposed murderer that was dating her mom.
It was. I just had it and then I lost it.
Jarmy.
Jarmy, yeah, something like that.
Okay.
I think that's a Lovecraft reference. I just don't know which character.
I can't think of it off the top of my head. Obviously, the last name is a reference. The last name sounds very familiar.
Eleanor's is clearly a reference to Lovecraft, but being loving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that fingerprints don't really are a concept that is like there's not going to be a database in this world.
No.
Okay.
I don't think the concept of fingerprints are even known at this point.
Right.
Yeah, I was until like the 1900s when people were like, "Oh, fingerprints, that might be a good idea." Oh, it still had some issues when they first started out using that.
I mean, even then, fingerprints aren't as unique as we think they are.
Yeah. Okay.
Or probably blood type either.
Yeah.
But they're tools that help narrow it down.
Yeah.
All right, in any case, would you like to visit the orchid, seeing how it's close by, or move on to somewhere else to investigate?
You know what? I have disguise self, so sure.
Going to visit the orchid. All right, what do you use for your disguise self?
I think I'm probably still gonna keep things relatively similar, so still look like, just a young woman. Just make it so that none of them will recognize me.
And the rest of the party?
I would think that we'd stay back, but we'd be in the area to make sure nothing happens.
Secret dice rolls. Yay.
Cover a different one. Let's do a different one.
How badly do we need to dress up, you think, Elias, just to disguise ourselves?
Well, no one at the orchid should know you.
And Arda lived on a completely different island, so it's not likely that she'd be recognized as anything but, oh, it's that dragonborn that lives in the city somewhere.
Because Crow very specifically said that you never went to the Crimson Orchid, because I asked about that, because the Crimson Orchid very specifically caters to nobles, so...
Yeah, none of you would have had the opportunity to cater there.
Yeah.
So no, you did not bang any of the hot chicks in the town.
At least not in that brothel. There are several, I mean.
All right. So you're going to go into the orchid? Everybody else is going to wait outside, or are you going inside?
Anyone is welcome to come in if they want. But yeah, they don't have to.
I'll probably go inside. Just in case something goes wrong, you'll need...
Well, and honestly, actually, who was the other letter here for? What was the name on it? Because you said it was one of the girls I knew.
Yeah, it was Tiffany, the very girl that was murdered.
Oh. All right. Well then. Okay, yeah, no, never mind, scratch that. But yeah, you're welcome to come in.
Should we read that letter then, if you haven't already?
Yeah, probably.
It's an overtly generic love letter.
Okay.
Okay, I didn't know if there's any clues or something.
It's almost the exact same letter as the last two.
How well is Jason dressed?
Jason's actually really snappily dressed now because of the coat, the hat, and the eye patch, the bird.
Enough that he could believably be a patron?
Oh, he would definitely be able to come all across as some merchant ship captain.
Okay, then yeah.
You guys have enough gold to throw about between the two of you to buy the orchid multiple times over at this point.
Jason, here's what I need you to do. I need you to act as though you're going to be a patron of this facility and ask for Tiffany. And when they tell you that she's unavailable, I need you to make inquiries as to why and what happened to her. I will try to pass myself off as your lady's maid.
I can do that.
Not that you're a lady, but maid, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I can do that. Any particular questions you want me to ask aside from that, or?
If there is a way to get around to it, see if they... Well, the fact that all this started happening when we left town, if there was a way you could get around to questions that ease my mind that whatever happens doesn't have anything to do with my leaving, I would appreciate it.
Of course. And if it does ease your mind, I don't think it has anything to do with you leaving.
It doesn't so at the moment, but it does seem a strange coincidence. Well, in this instance, I think propriety dictates that I would follow you.
Yes. On our way then.
Walk in, bell rings. What about the three of you? Where do you hook up outside?
Somewhere where we can clearly see Averin and Jason, I think.
All right. The three of you make a perception check.
$15.
13.
God damn.
Elias and Killen, you two become aware of across the street there is a small gang has kind of like set up, and they watch Jason and Averin enter inside the brothel. Two of them kind of like nod at each other, give a head nod at that, and they all kind of give a laugh. You can see that there is face of greed and ambition upon their face, and they seem to be waiting and watching the brothel for those two to leave.
About how many would you say there are?
There are 10 of them.
So would you say Elias or Killen point them out to me? Since I'd
Yeah,
be with
they can
them?
bring your attention to them.
Okay. I do not like the greedy looks on their faces.
Is there a window into the brothel, and can we still like be able
No.
to see? No.
You have to pay for that show. I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's like what brothel has a window that does not been blocked by curtains.
I'm sure there's. I don't know. I'm sure there's just a waiting lobby that could let the sunlight in. I don't know.
So they have to pay for the privilege of even sunlight.
All right.
God damn it. That's the first time I've rolled badly today.
Jason and Averin. You two walk inside, and it is a relatively nice brothel. It's got shag carpeting.
Ooh.
And you can have like that. There's all that sort of sweet, flowery perfume up in the air. This cacophony of smells and sounds of pleasure making. And you are approached by an elderly woman leaning on a cane, the madam. Averin, you recognize her immediately. Says, hello, young sir. What in the business could I pleasure you with today?
Come back for a certain girl by the name of Tiffany.
You see her face kind of startle up there and go, I'm sorry, sir. Tiffany is not available.
Oh? What happened?
She died.
Oh. I'm sorry to hear that. How long ago was this?
A couple of months ago.
How did she die?
I had a traitorous bodyguard. Ran away on their duties. Probably knifed her and killed her that way. Or fed her to that lamplight ghost.
Traitorous bodyguard? Who was this traitorous bodyguard, may I ask?
It's not important to you. They've been taken care of. Gone and away, and we'll never see them ever again.
He's been caught then? This traitorous bodyguard?
You could say that.
Caught by who? The authorities or something else?
They're not worried about yours anymore, sir. We have plenty of other girls in a perfectly safe environment.
What else did you want me to ask, Averin?
Is that? I'm guessing that's supposed to be out
Yeah,
of
you didn't
character.
say that in character.
No,
did you?
that was out of character. Sorry, that was
Okay.
me asking you, Blue. Sorry, I couldn't remember.
You were supposed to kind of ask about me, but you sort of already did.
Yeah, so ask about you too.
Well, you kind of already did. So
Look.
yeah, I think Averin had already told you guys she used to be a bodyguard here.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're the traitor's body. Oh. Ah, gotcha.
All everyone's just seethe.
Oh.
Pretty much.
It's like, don't you dare put this on my shoulders.
Yeah, she's barely keeping her knives sheathed.
Well, I guess if that was all your inquiries. Well, oh, what is your name, Adam? I didn't catch that.
We ever give this character a name, Blue?
I don't think so. No, I don't think anyone was named. So,
All right, we're going to call her Rose Quartz then.
Adam Rose Quartz. Oh, no, Rose Quartz, right?
Quartz, not squirts.
Quartz. Okay, Rose Quartz.
A rose squirt is something totally different.
And the rest of the crystal gems are here too.
Oh God! Oh God!
It's been a shame when Hex Harper was kicked out of the game.
We are the crystal gems.
Oh, save the day. If you think we can.
No bed.
What? I like that show.
It's a cute little song. Okay, all that you could.
What's the show?
Steven Universe.
Oh, okay.
We are all over the place on this game today.
Haven't seen that. Thank you, man, for answering my questions.
Yeah, so I didn't ask you to say this out of character, so she's gonna have to be a little ballsy now. Madam, I hope you don't mind me prying, but I had heard rumors about this establishment. I heard about the bodyguard that ran away and about what people think she did. I was wondering, I had also heard that there was a man making inquiries about her that same night.
Yes, Mr. Dory.
Has he been back since?
No. But it's none of your business of who comes in here or not.
Of course
Unless
not.
you want to make it your business, you have the body shape to be one of the more successful girls here.
I am flattered, but I'm afraid my master would not know how to tie his own shoes without me.
She turns to look at Jason and goes, "How much for her?"
Not for sale. I'm sorry.
Nah.
I need tying my boots is very important to me.
I'm sure she ties your boots all the time.
It's like 111 million gold.
Done.
Wait, what?
I'm sorry.
Well, can't argue with that.
She's like, I'll give you 1,000 platinum. I'm like, what? No.
Hi, Averin.
But no.
And the case was never opened again.
Where is this Mr. Dory? Like, who is this dude?
Mr. Dory. Yeah, he's one of the counselors. Surely you know the counselors.
No, I don't stay too long in the Styles. If you, well, you know why probably, but no, I don't know who all are in the council. Have that? I mean, I don't know if the members changed since last we were here too.
He has a residence somewhere on this map. I need to take a moment to find it.
I guess, yeah. Who are the other members of this council, since in case the members have changed since we were here?
The council members haven't changed much. Let's see. That's easier to find because I have a whole section labeled politics.
Hooray.
Residents and politics.
Eh,
Current population of Styles is a little under 12,000 residents, but they're packed into the area that might house half the number of more prosperous settlement. 4/5 of the district's residents are humans, with the remainder split between gnomes, dwarves, halfling, half-orcs, half-elves, and a smattering of other humanoids.
that does not surprise me in the least.
The Styles is ruled by a group of 4 corrupt officials called the Council. The 4 council members are Mr. Dory, Rashlin, Solaris, and Thornwell.
How do you spell the other 2 names?
Rashlin is Rashlen.
And the other one?
Solaris, Sliris. And Jason, that name sends you into like an almost fit.
Oh
dear.
Sliris. I don't know that name.
No, you don't. Like you are, like you know that name, but you don't know that name.
You don't know it, but your brain does.
Oh no.
Brain knows.
There's something familiar about that name, but I can't put my finger on it.
Solaris. Who's that? You said aside from council member.
She what?
You okay?
I think he's considering.
Oh,
I'm taking a look just to make sure there's nothing else crazy.
Spoiler. So,
Solaris is the master of the mortuary.
Mortuary. I see.
That's actually kind of suspicious.
So what does he do with the bodies then? Does he cremate them, bury them?
It depends. Usually it's cremation.
Solaris is a she. Okay.
Of course, if that's to be true, I believe more often that those who run the mortuary to be thieves, taking in the dead bodies and robbing them of their goods. Or undead, if you want to believe that one.
Ugh.
Does she have a last name? Solaris?
No, there is no last name.
Oh, no last names?
No.
You don't want to know what I'm thinking because Crow might retcon it.
What's the rumor of this dead thing? You said
you're suddenly very interested in a bunch of rumors. Are you going to partake in the pleasures or not?
I am in the mood of gossip.
You're in the mood to gossip. You should talk to the girls then, and that's a charge.
Do you not put charge on gossip when just talking with you, madam?
I am not here to gossip. I am busy.
Was I particularly close to any of the other girls?
You probably knew quite a number of them. There's probably like an Ashley and a Brittany.
These names, okay.
I don't know names. Shut up.
There's
Edith,
one
there you
named
go.
Cameron Van Buren.
There's Kyle.
Do you want Edith? That's a good
Edith. Edith is another friend of yours.
Okay. I'm going to, since she hinted that the girls might know more, sir, I had heard some of the other gentlemen at your last gathering speaking highly of a young lady named Edith.
Oh, then I'll talk to Edith about my gossip and other things.
Very well. Edith is a 10 gold charge for the hour.
Actually, I think you'll find that is 20. My master prefers that I accompany him.
Oh, so he does the arrangements very well.
All right. I give her 20 gold, so now I have 1, I had 1659 minus 20, so 139. Okay, so 1. Okay, I give her the 20 gold.
All right. So 20 gold, you are taken to this private room, and in a couple of minutes, Edith walks in, and she is this woman with an impressive bosom. Just absolute. She walks in with this long, nut brown hair, bright green eyes, and goes, "Oh, you two are cute."
Thank you.
I'm Edith, and I'll be your entertainment for the evening. So how do you like this to go?
First, let's talk about gossip and rumors.
You'd like to have a little talk and get to know each other first. You realize you're in a brothel room, right?
Yeah. So it's probably spy man was probably watching or something.
No, not necessarily.
You do know what actually happens in brothels, right?
Yes, I've seen Game of Thrones. Littlefinger ran a brothel and he lost all of his patrons
before
secrets from.
Before she came in, can we say that I asked him to figure out if she shared the madam's opinion that it was me who got Tiffany killed?
Okay, so yeah, I'm sorry, Edith. I'm just a little, just I don't know what the word is, but saddened by the news of Edith's death.
Not
Tiffany.
Edith,
Tiffany. I'm going to give you your name, Edith. Did you know
You're still alive, Edith.
Yeah, you're still alive.
Okay.
Tiffany's death. Tiffany Edith. Okay. Madam implied that it was by the works of a traitor's bodyguard, but do you share that sentiment, or do you think it was by another?
Of course it wasn't. That bodyguard was harmless. Wouldn't hurt a fly. She was the nicest person. I mean, he was the nicest person I could ever have known.
I say I drop my disguise person at that. I'm glad to hear you say it.
Avon!
And I hug her.
Oh, Avon, it's so good to see you're alive.
I am. Why is the madam so convinced that I'm dead? Or taken care of, as she put it.
She hired a couple of thugs to come and track you down. They said they killed you. Obviously, they didn't do a very good job.
Well, I hope they enjoyed their gold.
God, did she hire Draxel?
Wait,
she has that kind of coin.
That would certainly make a lot of sense then.
No.
I was joking. I was joking.
So,
Avon, why did you come back here?
I'm looking for my mother and sister.
Oh.
I heard a laugh.
Sorry, my boyfriend's watching anime in the next room. Evidently, it's a funny show.
It was just oddly timed. It's just
Yeah.
I gotta grab a hold of this game. So she goes, I'm sorry, Avon. I don't know where they are.
What about, do you have any other ideas about who could have hurt Tiffany? Did you see anyone strange hanging around here?
Well, there was Mr. Dory, but he was, you know how he is. He always has that weird complexion with him. He was acting erratic, especially when you ran away. The madam managed to convince and calm him down and settle for Tiffany. They did the job, and Tiffany, that night when she went home, was killed.
I see.
Okay, out of character? That
Neph, please.
Okay, I'll put it in chat then.
Okay.
Do you think that he might have...
I mean, it's possible, but he's a council member.
Yes. I'm sure you're right. Either way, you be careful. Especially if any more other council members wander their way in here.
And she gives a nod. You be very careful too, Avon. It is not a safe place here anymore. Not that it ever was, but these lantern light ghost murders. Even though they hung him, it still has got the whole town spooked.
They hung the man they arrested?
Mm-hmm.
Did we know that?
Yeah, well, you knew he was executed.
Oh, okay. Right. Well, thank you for giving us the information, and it was lovely to see you again, truly. If there's anything else you know that could aid us in... Well, the murders are still happening, so clearly the man they hung was not the culprit. If there's anything you know that could lead us to the true culprit...
I'm sorry, I wish I knew. The information I'm able to gather is that apparently the town thinks this is all done and over, but the militia is being less than stellar within the investigation.
Would I know which of the council members has the most direct control over the militia?
The one that has the most control over the militia.
You said it was Rashlin, Mr. Dory, Solaris, and who else?
There's a Thornwell.
Thornwell, okay.
Yeah, Dory, Thornwell, Rashlin, Solaris, Slyra.
Rashlin would be the one that has the most sway with the garrisons.
Okay. Well, thank you for everything you could tell us. I think it's best that we leave now, and I will recast Disguise Self.
I mean, you paid for an hour.
I sort of give a sideways look to Jason. Unfortunately, I think his attention is fairly set on a specific woman.
She was looking at it, was like, well, we at least made it look like he wrapped up early.
I kind of
laughed. A quick scruffle of Jason's hair and clothing. It's like, okay, that should do.
Just splash some water on his pants.
Oh God. Okay. And yeah, I guess we will head out.
All right. Head out without a word to anyone else?
Yes.
All right. So when you two leave, you can see your party kind of like waiting for you, but you also see these other group of 10, and they seem like they're getting ready to follow all of you.
I kind of try to discreetly pass message to...
How far away are they?
Oh, well, Neph, Hex Harper was talking.
Sorry.
I was just going to try to discreetly cast message to Nick saying, yeah, those guys have been kind of waiting since you walked in and whatnot. How do you want to go about it?
Do we know anywhere in the Styles where we can proceed to do this quietly, or do you think we can get somewhere public before they can strike first?
The best thing you can try to do is just try to keep in the public eye and try to get back to the Olympia first.
Okay.
Well, in order to do that, we have to look like we're not bothered, I think. I was gonna ask how far away they are.
Which is a good question.
Not far at all. I mean, it's just down the street.
Are they within 15 feet?
There are a lot of people on the street, Neph. You're
Oh,
going to
yeah.
hit
Okay. No, I
like at
don't want to
least
do that
5
then.
other people.
I don't want to do that then.
We'll try and stay in the public side then as we return to the
Yeah.
Olympia.
All right.
Are we
Navigation is where I was leading.
Are we still going to visit the house in the asylum? Or no?
You can probably go to those places first because they're
Mm,
going to be both on the way.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is a really busy city. It shouldn't actually be that hard to stay on crowded street there.
Yeah.
I
So,
prefer avoiding the asylum.
but the asylum is closest.
Me and Elias have history at the asylum.
That's where we were imprisoned.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that someone else can't take a look.
No, I think they should stay back and the rest of us can go.
Yeah.
But let's wait before we split up. While these guys are still tailing us.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm all for leading them into a back alley and helping them see the error of their ways.
Might attract unwanted attention, though. Would be best to just return to the Olympia, then once they disband, we can go back into the city.
If they disband, depends how much they... Do you think they're just caught notice of us because of our clothing, or do you think they were ordered to tail us?
That's a good question.
They were here before you guys were, so...
Okay.
And they
So
kind of
probably
looked at
just
each
noticed our
other and
clothing.
sort of like, yeah, that looks like a fancy man with a big fat bulge in his wallet.
Woo. All right, then yes, I suppose going back to the ship with all of our crew would dissuade them.
It would.
And then we can obviously return to the city at any point in time.
Or since Jason is the one they believe to be the rich man, he could just go back to the ship with Elias since they can't go to this next place anyways, and the rest of us could go on alone.
That's true. But then they'd have to go straight back to the ship, and we'd have to investigate 2 places on our own.
Up to you, Captain.
I mean, if you're fine with splitting up, that's probably our best bet. But if they don't pursue us, then stay in the public eye and get to the ship as well.
Understood.
Of course, Captain.
So Elias and Jason are going to split off from the group. Killen, where are you going to go? You going to go with the girls or?
Splitting up not the greatest idea, but let's see, Arda has a big AoE. I have an AoE, so I'm going to go with the guys. That way we have the 2 AoE people separate.
All right.
Okay.
I mean, it might be if they're doing the investigation stuff, because we're going back to the ship, so we'll probably be in the safest.
Yeah, they're literally just shaking
actually-
a tail.
Yeah,
And,
actually,
I
yeah,
guess
I'll
it's
follow
like
the
a
2
playlist.
ladies because they might be tempted to go after the girls. So yeah, I'll follow the ladies then.
Yeah, determine that the girls are going to be the easier target than three guys.
I do have a couple of nice big fat AoEs and a line.
Yeah.
I can self heal, so there's that.
And well, I've got a
Civilians
huge
are just civilians,
AoE,
right?
but they don't know that. So-
All right. So the asylum. This enormous building is the last remains of a more optimistic time where the desperate and doomed of the Styes were cared and watched over. Jeez, thanks. Let's see here. That's where is the. Here we go. So the building is an old prison with bare walls and barred windows. A faded sign bears the words "Welcome Home," hangs above the main entrance.
Well, that's not ominous.
Indeed.
As you arrive at the looming stone structure, you're met at the door by a troubled youth. As he's just kind of standing there with like a dagger picking at his nails.
Hello, troubled youth.
Oh God, that reminds me so much of Gur. Of the hello fellow youth thing.
Oh.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
And the asylum is basically like a prison, right?
Yeah. It's an insane asylum.
Okay. And does this kid look like he's like guarding the entrance?
Yeah,
or...
he's kind of like guarding the entrance, not letting you in.
Okay, I'm gonna walk up to him. Excuse me. I was wondering who I might talk to about seeing if, well, you see, my father's a bit of a drunkard, and I'm afraid he might have gotten himself into a spot of trouble last night. If he's wound up here again, I'd like to know. Give him a piece of my mind, you know?
All right, he just kind of looks up at you and starts to stare.
Is something the matter?
He's just staring at you. I guess you can come in. Kind of leads you. He starts to turn away, opens up the door slightly, kind of saunters in, sticks that dagger into a pocket, goes, "You must wait in here. I'll go get Dr. Tantor for you."
Of course, thank you.
Safety numbers, I think. Or just gonna follow.
All right. Killing.
For no reason whatsoever, I'm going to cast Detect Evil and Good while that guy's still within range.
He is not an outsider.
Okay, so he's not pinging any of those ones. Okay, so, all
right. So, Killen, you are a trained physician. Would it be safe to say that this is probably where you got your training?
Probably, yeah.
So you probably would know the name Tantor.
All right.
So her full name is Emile Tantor, Dr. Emile Tantor. She is a prematurely old female human physician. She's got your very classic psychiatrist, crazy, insane asylum psychiatrist look. Ashen gray skin, worried brow, way overworked.
I'm surprised she's still here.
And she eventually walks into this foyer, kind of giving out alongside, rubbing her temples, and goes, "Listen, young lady, I don't have a lot of time to be talking about your drunk father. We have a number of drunks in here, and Killen."
He will give a bow to.
This is a pleasant surprise. Are you here to return to your job, or still off to seek your own way in the world?
This is only a visit. Wondering if we could. I've come to accompany my friend here to see if we can locate the man in question. I'm actually now working abroad as a ship's doctor.
A ship's doctor? That's good money in that. But we're really hard pressed. We could always use another doctor on hand.
I can, of course, help out while I'm here.
All right, well, let's see if we can try to find this drunk. What's your father's name, miss?
Gregory Fairwick.
Gregory Fairwick. She starts looking through her notes and goes, I don't have a name. That person by that name.
I see. Well, it was my best lead, but You don't think there's no chance he could have run afoul of the lamplight killer, is there?
No, the lamplight killer is dead.
I
Yes.
had heard rumors that there had been another body found recently,
Mm.
after the supposed lamplight killer was hanged.
No. There's been no other body found.
Insight.
22.
Good roll.
She believes that.
Okay, so that's important that she believes that at least.
Yeah. Although Jarmy was the quiet sort, and he was definitely resolute in his claims of innocence, which is nothing all that crazy for, well, a crazy person.
What made you believe he was crazy?
Oh, well, he was in here. We get all sorts of the insane, mentally disturbed, and downright psychotic.
Might I ask?
With your 22, she's also concerned about the loss of this patient of Jarmy. She's not like, oh, whatever. She's like, no, this is a person who could have been helped, and they executed him.
Just use the M word.
Just use what?
Just use the M word. They murdered him.
Yeah, it's very much a murder if he is innocent.
Yeah.
Might I ask who admitted him?
Well, he was brought in by a constable. Trying to find that name. Constable Jort. She's one of the district garrisons. Although it's always so concerning, his remorse was far more compelling and far more believable than any of the other troubles I have found or worked with. But he did draw all those symbols on his cell.
Symbols?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of try to sneak a meaningful glance at Killen since...
Yeah. Is there any chance we could see the cell?
Out of character, here's hoping it hasn't been scrubbed clean.
Yes, I suppose you can see the cell, Killen. Maybe your insight might be able to help. Please follow me. And she starts to lead you down these dark halls where you can hear the sounds of the insane all around you.
Yeah,
random screaming, crying.
Tell the other two to stay very close.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I need all three of you to make a Constitution check because of the extremely foul smell of unwashed bodies, filth, mildew, and rotten straw.
Oh God.
All right. Arda, you're fine. Avrin, you gain 1 level of exhaustion.
How do I... Is that something you
yeah,
apply to me?
that's 11, not 10. But that's since you said I'm fine, it doesn't matter.
That's something you're just going to need to keep track of. Let me see if I can find out what 1 level of exhaustion actually does to you.
Disadvantage on skill checks.
Disadvantage on skill checks.
I believe that's the first one.
Okay. Arda's gonna put a hand on Avrin's shoulder. To make sure she doesn't...
Yeah, disadvantage on ability checks.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's even more debilitating.
Ability? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, disadvantage on all ability checks.
Yeah, I think that's what I had when I died. When I came back.
Yeah.
All right, Arda, what are you doing?
She's gonna place her hand on Avrin's shoulder, make sure she doesn't get left behind or anything like that.
Make sure I don't pass stench.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too.
Arda almost, it's that nasty throw up that gets caught in your throat. Just
yeah.
burns. All right. Trantor eventually stops before a heavily locked door, at which she offers a word of caution. This wing is where the worst of our cases are kept. I beg you not to look into any of the other cells. We've given succor to many folks over the years, but those here are truly forsaken by the gods.
Do I know what that is?
No, what is?
The Circin, or whatever that word was.
Succor, that just means sanctuary.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. She unlocking the door reveals a long corridor with iron doors lining both walls. Each door has a small viewing hatch that is latched shut. An unnatural gurgle curls up from the cell to the right and is quickly joined by other voices. Trantor ignores the din as she hurries to the far end of the hall, where she ushers you through the open cell door. The walls beyond are covered with child-like sketches, all overlapping each other in confusing waves of patterns and swirls. I have an image to show you guys.
Yay.
Ooh, nice.
That's not creepy at all.
Yeah, it's.
Had Jason ever mentioned his tentacle monster to us?
I mentioned the tentacles a lot. Yeah.
I thought so. Okay. I'm gonna kind of nudge Arda and Killen and point at that specifically.
Wait, that's.
And then I kind of. Is the doctor lady still with us?
Yes.
Then I kind of tap my ears to indicate,
Mm-hmm. Okay. In that case, I think we're going to be using message a lot if we need to chat.
Killen, would you like any help recording these things so you can go over them in more depth later?
Yes, that'd be ideal. And knowing that the doctor is there watching, he's just going to do like a to himself investigation of the room as Aaron sketches it, making note of the tentacle monster and the artwork, but not really saying anything out loud.
All right. I would like all three of you to make an intelligence check.
Would that one be with disadvantage, or that's a skill? So no.
It's not a skill; it's still an ability check, so it's still with.
Oh, it is an ability check. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that not a save, but a check.
Check.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oof, not great. Only 6.
Come on.
I still got a 21, even with disadvantage. So.
Oh, God.
You're the one who carried us that one.
An 8. I didn't get anything.
All right. So let me explain to you what you're able to notice. So Avron's the one who gets all the information. But all three of you get this information.
Okay.
Any character who studies the sketch for a few minutes quickly recognizes there are multiple depictions of a tentacle creature, something like a squid or an octopus. But determining further details is difficult. Avron, you're able to discern specific element within the chaotic sketches. A character who has proficiency in nature can add twice their proficiency bonus to their check. Oh, any of you were proficient in nature?
No. I'm not.
No.
All right. No for you two, Killen?
Nope.
All right, so just Avron. This is what you're able to pick up. The tentacle creature is shown devouring a coastal city whose guideline suggests it's the Styes.
Okay.
The creature is shown trapped in a deep chasm or underwater pit, its tentacles wrapping around humanoids who are dragged down in the inky dark. The tentacle creature appears to be shackled by a collar attached to a chain, with the chain held by another creature resembling a violent multi-tailed fish.
Neat.
Yeah, Lovecraft.
Could I do a religion check on the tentacle monster?
You may do an arcane.
I think Killen did see something similar, right, with the mosaic tile and salt marsh.
I've
Can I do
got
an Arcana check as well?
proficiency in arcane,
Yeah,
but
both of you can do arcana.
okay.
23.
God damn it! I'm getting horrible rolls now.
That one didn't have to be disadvantaged, right? Because that's a skill.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, just checking.
All
Then
right.
yeah, I got a 23.
All right, Avron. So as you're studying this, you are getting like this overwhelming sensation of fear. You don't know much about these creatures, but your mother used to tell you little, like, scary stories you would tell kids about don't swim at night or the aboleth would get you.
Aboleth?
Yes.
Okay.
ABOLETH.
Wait, didn't I see the same little creature in the mausoleum underwater by the that
Salt
shrine?
Yeah, the
The
mosaic tile.
mer
Yep.
people shrine. Okay.
Yep, this is the exact same shrine that Killen saw way back.
Okay, so the two are connected.
I'd say the chances of that are high.
Doctor, so nobody was in this room other than the man himself, correct?
Only him. He was able to scrawl this out with a piece of charcoal.
And I assume his hands were covered in the chalk, the charcoal as well.
I'm sorry.
That his hands were covered in charcoal, correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
Besides his innocence, did he say anything else? Anything about, well, all of this?
No, he said nothing about all this.
Did he by any chance mention a woman while he was here?
He said he wanted to get home to his love. Did not say her name, though.
I see.
He seemed almost worried that she would end up here as well. Wish we knew who that was. She might be able to give some thoughts into this.
A shame. Killen, was there anything else you needed here? Certainly my father isn't going to be found here, so I might retire for the night.
Just for his own curiosity, he's going to cast detect magic on the runes, on the writing, just to see.
Does not radiate any sort of magic or spell, but your god fills you with like a cold wind chill. Obviously, he is very afraid.
All right. Well, that's all right. Yes, I believe we're all set here.
Okay, and we'll take the sketches and make our leave, I guess.
All right. Tantor, of course, tries to beg Killen to stay to help with the patients. We could really use your help, Killen.
Let me get the two back to the ship safely. Then I'll take you up on the offer for at least while the time I'm here to help out.
Thank you. Or you actually want to follow through with that, or are you just saying that to get away?
He may help out while he's there, but basically try to get the information he can from the asylum.
Huh?
So he may actually follow through with that, just to help get any more information he can.
I think we've probably exhausted the information here, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Keep the option open at least.
Yeah. So were we supposed to go to the next place and meet them, or are we meeting them back on the ship?
I think we're meeting them back on the ship. And it might not be a good idea to stick around and investigate the last place, because you're exhausted. You at least need to go back to the ship. Pronto.
And she kind of growls at you. I can still help.
That was the player talking, not the character.
Well, the point is Avrin's not going to go back to the ship until she finds her family, unless you fight her on it. Throw her over your shoulder like a sack of potatoes might be the only recourse.
We are actually going to take a quick 5-minute break so I can go handle something real quick, and we'll be right back to playing, okay?
Okay.
Oh boy. Yeah, I mean, there's probably more to get. You didn't ask anything about Jason, so there's probably more information there just for him. It's like, what does his cell look like? What happened to that?
Oh, yeah, that's true. Well, I don't think, I mean,
I don't know why.
Avrin has decided to trust you, so she's not going to pry into that. But
He hasn't told. You mentioned tentacle moths. He hasn't told anyone else about anything else in that dream or memory. Or,
yeah,
well,
I'm
afterlife thing.
doing fairly well on the Constitution saves, but otherwise, ever since we got into the Styles, my rolling has been very wishy-washy.
Yeah. Plus, I feel like that would be a very suspicious thing to ask about. Like, so this runaway pirate dude.
But
What
he
was
wasn't
he
a
like?
pirate, dude. He was a noble.
Oh, well, even more suspicious, apparently.
Yeah.
The goings on right now.
Yeah, we've got bigger fish to fry, if you will pardon the pun.
It's probably something Killen could ask, because he's the only one that could probably get away with it since he's a doctor.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Probably.
I keep worrying that she's gonna be like, "Who the fuck are you, and why do you want to know?"
Yeah.
But no, I mean, it would be pertinent information, so if he doesn't ask it, she might anyway.
Yeah.
Since, I mean, we know why Elias was in prison. We still don't know what you did, so
Yeah.
Jason doesn't know what he did.
Your memory is in tatters, so you might not even know what you did.
Oh god, I have no idea. I have no idea. All I gave Crow was, for backstory wise, like, something to do with the wife. He hated the wife because it was going with, like, sort of Steve Bonnet, where,
Yeah.
he had a midlife crisis and he couldn't stand his, like, wife, supposedly, so he left.
Yeah.
Nick's
So-
like, wait, look into my backstory, you assholes.
Yeah.
There's no backstory for him. It's all,
And,
maybe?
and this is not me suggesting that we leave pronto. This is just me saying you need to get to bed and we can continue in the morning.
Well, she's doing the best rolls out of you guys.
Yeah.
The irony.
The irony that you're exhausted and you're supposed to be getting bad rolls.
She's just running on adrenaline, okay?
No, I completely understand why.
And then we get to the ship, and then it's like, back by unpopular demand, me. It's so good to have you back, son.
Was your name actually Jason Lowe? Was that what they called you in the prison?
I assume my name was Jason.
Yeah, that's what Snively was calling you, so.
I assume Jason though, but who knows? That's why, like, the one dude didn't react, the alchemist, so I'm like, oh god, is that not even my name? Is that just the name I gave myself?
And I have returned.
Welcome back.
Hello.
Why can't I hear anything?
What?
It's because the headphones got unplugged. Why are the headphones unplugged?
Oh no.
Why is the rum gone?
There we go.
Tag along strikes again.
Tag along, taking over the game now.
Okay, so Avrin turns to the lady. I heard that there was a disgraced noble here. Someone by the name of Jason Lowe? Yes, no, maybe so.
I'm sorry, what?
She turns to the woman and says, I heard there was a disgraced noble being held here.
Whoa, hold on. I just got back. What woman?
Saying the doctor.
The doctor, okay.
Yeah. Was there another woman? Anyway.
I know, I'm just confused. I'm just like,
thought we had moved
just
on
jumped
without
right
you.
back into it. It's just, I wasn't even sure if everybody's here yet. Is everybody back?
I'm still here.
Yeah, I think you're the only one.
I don't think any of us left this
Okay,
time.
it was just me who left. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you're talking to the asylum. Tantor, I think is her name. I can't remember the goddamn name.
The doctor's name?
Yeah.
Emil Tantor, yep.
Tantor. Yep, Emil Tantor. And she goes, disgraced noble?
Mm.
Oh, yes. He was married to one of the council members, Solaris?
Fucking knew it.
Knew it.
He spent time here in the asylum, actually. She had him locked up because he kept ranting and raving about some sort of ancient god demon.
Oh, well, I suppose it's a relief to know that he didn't actually commit a crime.
Well, he escaped along with another patient, one who was convinced that his crewmates had turned against him and his captain.
We did orchestrate a mass breakout at that same time. So it's like we just unlocked as many cells as we could find.
It was a complete disaster. So many patients just started wandering about. It took days to try to track all of them down, and we haven't even been able to find all of them.
Jason, had you ever brought up your daughter to any of us?
I don't think so. Unless you overheard my ramblings about I just want to know her name when beats Lively's head in.
I might have assumed that was your wife, though, so yeah, okay, I can't ask about that.
On that note, it might be a good question a good thing to ask if any of them are still missing, other than the two that we know personally, that is.
I think that's what she just said.
Yeah, if they're person two missing, or yeah, who else is missing? Because
Who else is? Yeah.
away. You were kind of. It sounded
Oh
very.
my god! You're going to ask for a whole list of goddamn names of these patients I just now made up.
No, we're not.
We're just fishing for if one of them's pertinent. So if not, then
No, none of them are pertinent.
insert name of list here. Yeah, that's fine.
Insert a list of names. She starts rattling off. Well, there's Bill, George, Stu, Steve.
Bill, oh no. Bill is so much. Oh god, Bill.
It's probably a different Bill.
Names like five Jasons. It's like 7 Jasons missing.
Jason Blindside was here too. That's why I hate him so much. He was my soulmate.
I was your cellmate.
I'm joking. He's the other one. You're the good one, and then there's the other one on the other side.
The other one. He didn't say anything else about his tentacle monster while he was here, did he?
No, nothing.
Did his wife come to visit him?
No. You have to understand, he was in here only less than a day.
Oh.
Out of character? I thought he'd been in there longer than that.
No, he was in here barely long enough to get those scribbles up and answer a few questions.
Oh, okay, the other guy, not Jason.
I thought you talked about me too. I was like,
Oh
what?
yeah, no, we were asking.
Oh, you're talking about Jason. The answer to that is also still no.
Okay.
Jason was in here for quite some time, actually, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Like 3 years, yeah, because the monk took his eye to teach him martial arts, or that's what he believes at least.
She didn't come to visit him in 3 years. She really must have been embarrassed about his madness.
Oh, yes, I believe so.
Well, I'm sure we've taken up enough of your time. You have a lot of patients to see to. So I'm gonna start making my leave. I don't know about the rest of you.
Yeah. Arda's gonna follow her because her friend is exhausted. She needs to safety in numbers.
Killen, I would like you to make a medicine check for Afrin.
Alright.
With the 14, you're able to tell that the best thing that Afrin needs is actually some fresh air. If she gets that, she should be fine.
Yeah, we just need to leave the building for the moment. Get some air.
As fresh as this air could possibly
Yeah.
be.
being in here takes some tolls on you. Believe me, I'm aware of this.
Oh god, did Killen treat Jason at some point?
Oh, that's probably very likely.
Awkward.
Yeah, I can see Killen not remembering Jason because he's got so many patients.
It's like, this is Killen, our new intern. We just got a new patient today. His name is Jason Lowe. Oh, he appears to be rambling about demons and other various things. Now,
Alright.
we'd like to call this patient an absolute nutter.
How long were you in prison, Elias?
A year.
A year? Oh, couldn't have known Elias too. So many questions.
I don't know how long he had been a ship's doctor, so who knows?
That's true.
Those two look familiar. I wonder where I've known them before.
Okay, so are we going to stop by the last place then?
Yeah, we leave, get fresh air, and that immediately gets rid of my disadvantage, or?
Yeah, after 10 minutes, you're fine.
Okay.
That's what it says in the book. Okay, tag along. I'll give you pets. Jesus.
So, were the others going to meet us back on the ship or at the next destination? I don't remember if we actually discussed
I thought we
it.
said back on the ship because the gang would be like, oh, they're going back on their ship? Screw that. Let's go.
Well, yeah,
Speaking of
that's
which,
what you
now,
guys were going
now that
for.
we're out of the asylum, is the gang still around somewhere?
Half of them are. The other half follow Jason and Elias.
Of course, they split up.
Of course, of course.
So now
even they failed the cardinal rule: don't split the party.
So now you only have one leader and 4 of their muscly men.
Well, that's nothing Arda can't take care of if push comes to shove.
We can always just try to go back to the ship ourselves, though. See if they
that's
just sort of fuck off. You know?
They wouldn't dare try anything in public, so let's just keep on the public roads and make our way back to the ship.
Yeah.
So you meet back up on the ship. You see the 2 gangs. They kind of like come together, talk it out a little bit, kind of like do a group huddle. All right, everybody huddle up. And they disperse. Fireball.
All of their bunch nice and tightly together.
Well, I was gonna say if they end up skulking around, fire's gonna start dripping from Arda's mouth, and because I'm thinking of using fire breath instead of fireball.
Coming around looks like a group of militia members. They're being led by a female half-orc. They kind of like make them leave. Kind of like grab them by the shoulders, kind of like force them to keep moving.
Okay.
If
Good
Killen
enough.
sees her, he's immediately going on her below deck.
Going below deck immediately.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm not here for waifus. Goodbye.
Goes below deck before Arda can ship them.
Arda's going to motion for their new alchemist to follow her below deck. Get him set up somewhere.
Your new alchemist. He's ours now.
Well, yes. The people here are obviously going to have been very rough on him, and he needs to leave. And since we're leaving as soon as we find Avrin's mother and sister, and absconding with them too, might as well.
All right. So you guys have some options before you.
Okay.
So we would probably show them what we found, especially including showing Jason the tentacle monster.
Yeah, Jason is the exact same tentacle monster from your dreams.
Oh my god, it's the one that dragged me down to the Styles when I was dead. Ugh.
And if you're curious, we learned the name of your wife.
Oh?
It turns out she's the councilwoman, Sloris.
Alright. Slyrus.
How do you want to deal with her, Captain?
Not yet is the answer. We still have... Avrin's family comes first. We find them and rescue them first before anything else.
All right.
Plus, Sylviana's probably still needs...
Can I make an Arcana check as soon as Avrin mentions the aboleth?
Yeah, sure.
16.
Yeah, you know what an aboleth is. Nasty and bad news, that's what it is.
It's like, I know I have my obligation, but let's make sure that Avrin's family is far away from here before we even consider dealing with your wife. I still want, I still want to hold my promise, but I want to.
We don't want to be here anymore.
Like, I don't want to. I don't want her family to be anywhere near here anymore. Let's just find them now.
Can I try an Arcana check again, please?
No.
No? Okay.
And Avrin actually looks really touched that you're wanting to find her family first, because she knows how obsessive you've been about wanting to kill your wife.
Yeah, as soon as we have them on board, we can start torching the place, but we can't do that until,
Torching the place won't do anything to hurt the creature that lives underwater.
Well, no.
Avrin's like, Jesus, I still have friends here. Calm down.
But the best we can probably do is give them a swift death.
Jesus.
Wow.
What? You want them to be at this thing's mercy?
Save your family.
We
kill
could
your
always
friends.
just
Everyone's
stop
happy.
Stop to say to rescue them.
You could kill the aboleth.
Well,
We did it, Patrick.
yeah,
We saved the
I
city.
mean, we could do that, but how are we
That's an
gonna
option
lure it
too.
out? That's my question.
Well, you guys are in the process of doing that by uncovering this
We're
whole
trying to figure
conspiracy
that
so
out.
far.
Oh,
Lure
yeah,
it out
that's
by lure it out by murdering the whole town. Now it get its attention.
Well,
Even Cruel won't go that far unless he's pushed. But God,
And researcher Rodriguez is probably just furiously like
Maybe.
maybe.
beating the shit out of this.
yeah, he is.
Takes murder hobo to a whole new level.
I'm not quite a murder hobo.
All right. In any case, I think that's probably going to have to be where we end the game because it's at normal end time now. I know we had a late start, but
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun
Okay.
today.
I mean, like we did a lot today.
Yeah, we
uncovering
did.
this mystery,
Even-
and then we can pick up the next part of the mystery next week, and then continue on.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah. So, stream mints.
Stream memes, please. If somebody could share their screen, because my computer is a potato. Actually, a potato would be unfair. We'll call it a lemon instead.
Although your computer hasn't been that bad as of late. It hasn't like crashed or anything for a while now.
Yeah, but Discord is still loading, so.
Hang on.
Okay. Yeah. First
Every
one.
rival type NPC, the styles to fight the crew. Is this where the line starts? Everyone sees Miss Soulstorm. The inspector is here.
Oh yeah, as soon as I said that line, I remember like, oh, isn't this from a movie? I was like, oh yeah, that's right.
Stop the fucking
king.
sure.
Yeah, sorry again, I didn't mean that. Yeah,
Styles or Detroit, you choose.
It's the Detroit of the Jade Sea.
Microsoft, quick, get the blonde kid a lobotomy. I mean, obviously, it's based off Arkham Asylum from the Lovecraft books.
Obviously.
The reason why the con saved citywide stink bomb. You'll find out why you need to make that con save. It's awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ugh, that's a creepy thing.
Books used by crows. Brace yourself. We're going to dump a lot of info. Yeah. Artist's new pet.
That's Charlie.
You named it Charlie.
Yeah, because it's a he.
Time for a retcon. It's a crab now.
I mean,
Neph.
that wasn't oops.
Time to roll for intimidation on the house. Natural 20. Don't you dare, Mr. House. The offer of Averin in the brothel. 20 million gold pieces.
My question would have been, can you even afford that?
Crow's brain when the crew gives ideas. Write that down. Write that down. The old asylum, killing a lot of good memories here.
Warning, there's cuteness coming up.
When the skill check goes tentacle monsters, the crew thought release the Kraken. Let's get Kraken. That's enough to know where this is going.
The cuteness.
Aw.
Aw.
That's what Taiwan did.
That's adorable.
It's probably my wife because she was sitting at the computer when I walked back in and she was Googling Crow is a dumb hubby, but I love him.
Yeah, this is adorable.
The crew, when talking about the alchemist, our alchemist.
Yeah, ours now.
When he knows the tentacle monster's coming, we have got to get out. We got to get it.
And that's the end of it.
Oh, that's the Tremors line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was.
Our Lovecraftian horror story is coming together. It's only just begun. So that's it from me. Thank you, everybody, for coming. And I'm really glad you're enjoying the game. I'm Dr. Crow. I pirated the book once.